Every Friday night, the restaurant, it will be serving the best steaks in town, along with ribs and seafood. And the best thing about the restaurant, it is open to the public. Looking to have a wedding reception, the birthday party, corporate event, Cherville Banquet Room is the best place. Ask Dan about their golf package fundraiser deal. Check their menu out on Facebook. Cherryville Golf and Country Club, 200 Club Drive, Cherryville. Call 704-435-6597.
It's time to play at the Green Meadows Golf Course on Kelly Road in Mount Holly. Play and ride Monday through Friday for $25. Weekends just $30. Seniors ride and play Monday through Friday for $20. And every Wednesday is Ladies' Day. Ladies play and ride for just $15. So make your tee time now by calling the Green Meadows Golf Course, 704-827-9264. Green Meadows Golf Course, 957 Kelly Road in Mount Holly.
Looking for a boat, RV, or farm equipment this summer? Carolina Federal can help with financing. Recreation loans are available for as low as 3.75% APR. Contact us today for more information by calling 704-435-0186 or online at carolinafcu.org or stop by our branch located at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. At Carolina Federal Credit Union, we treat you like family because you are. Rates based on credit history.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability, Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Bring home the Kubota BX 2380 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain. Are your fall finances falling out of control? Well, take charge. Let the folks at Basic Finance in Shelby help you out. You'll be able to rake up the debt with one call. Call for an appointment at 704-481-0111 today. Get a loan from $500 to $7,500. See Basic Finance today, 306-2 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right across from Shelby High School. And remember, golf on Saturday, church on Sunday.
The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football? Yeah!
Your sports leader, WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, and WCSL Cherryville Gastonia.
Hello, this is Milton Baker inviting you to listen to NASCAR Racing right here on WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM, and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Another Saturday morning sports talk with Kevin Hastings, Tom Stefani, Terry Reinhardt, and JP.
Morning, JP.
Morning.
moaning. I ain't got your camera set up. We got a new board in here yet. I got to rewire some stuff, but I'm going to get you set up next week. I promise.
Okay.
But good to see you. You started on your breakfast yet?
No, not yet.
Mitchell's Kitchen Breakfast. I just took a couple bites of my sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. And Terry, I have to say, whoever's cooking today did a fantastic job. It's one of the best ones I've ever took a bite of down there.
That's good. They said they had it under control today when I got up there.
And folks, we are, how far a ride is that from here, Terry? 10?
For who?
How far a ride is it from Mitchum's to here? Is it 15?
Probably, I would say probably 12, maybe.
Probably
10.
12. Sorry for estimating.
Yeah.
The way Terry drives, Terry's trying to save gas. So,
there we go, Tom.
Terry's trying to save gas because that might cost him money. So for everybody, it's a 12-minute drive. For Terry, it's probably about 16.
Yeah, Tom. Coming down the hills, I turn my car off.
That's what he does. He coasts down, puts it in neutral and coasts down the hill.
He's been watching Kyle Busch too much.
Yeah, that's right.
Too
That's
much
right.
NASCAR stuff.
That's right.
Well, let's see if I can get everything up. But good morning, everybody. And what looks like for the folks at home that we're sitting in the dark is because we are. I got a new board. Scoreboard up in the room. Haven't got the lighting situation they figured out, but we'll get that next week. But we got scores across the area last night. Couple we didn't get. I'm gonna see if I can round up this morning and we can get on our scoreboard and then we'll update it if we can. We got big things to talk about today. Big. We've got NASCAR playoffs, baseball playoffs. We got bad pick segments, NCAA football and NFL bad picks. That was about 6 minutes this week, maybe something. Well, that wasn't too bad. When you guys get closer to 8, that's when I know you had.
I don't think I had a good week last week.
I don't think we was all too bad, Tom.
No, not too bad.
Kevin won our NFL picks.
I was about to ask. I'm probably sure I'm probably
won by
up on
one
that.
over me and you. Yeah,
1 by 1.
I had a better NFL week. I might have had a winning record this week.
What was the pick that made the difference? Well,
I don't know.
Do you remember our records off the top of the head?
Climbed back. I was 2 down until Dallas won, and I got back within 1.
Oh, so everybody else picked 2010. All right, well, we'll have some more bad picks here in a little bit. We'll talk a little NBA and more. We've got scores from last night. I'll let Tom and Terry do the honors because I've read these scores 1,000 times so far today, or in the last 12 hours. To read these for you folks out loud, for the folks at home. If you listen on the radio in the Cherville area, you can always watch online on YouTube, as long as JP hit that go live button, and you did, didn't you? Okay, so JP's got, give me a thumbs up in there. Good morning, JP. Good morning, JP. Let's see. Scores. I'm going to make this big for you, too, so you guys can see that if you need to. So there's the scores from last night for the folks watching online live on YouTube, Tommy and Terry. I'll see if I can find some of the ones. The ones in red, folks, are obviously the ones that we don't have completed or finals on. So
you want to start?
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
Left-hand side here, it was Patton over the Cherville Ironman. The Cherville came back in that game, Terry, but couldn't come back all the way. 22-14, Patton defeats Cherville. Surprise here, Hendersonville defeats Chase 42-9. I thought that would be a competitive game, Terry.
Well, that's what we was talking about before we come on the air, how many points people score against Hendersonville. I mean, they score a lot, but you score a lot also.
Right. And so I'm not sure what happened with that.
Coming into that game,
Chase was 2?
Chase was 2, Hendersonville 4. Hendersonville coming into that game was giving up about 25 points a game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. East Gaston comes back, defeats Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson had a 2-touchdown lead in that game late. East Gaston comes back.
Good win for East Gaston.
Yeah, and they, when Burns plays them, better not sleep on East Gaston. Burns defeats Bessemer City 42-0 in a game that really wasn't even that close, 35-0 at halftime. Kings Mountain defeats Forest View 28-14. Crest defeats South Point 27-26. Ashbrook over North Gaston 25-7. Stuart Kramer defeats Hunter Huss 33-8. And Terry, what has happened to Hunter Huss? They're having a bad year, and just
real bad.
They had so many good years, just having a down year this year. East Lincoln Big over West Iredale 45-0. Statesville over Fred T. Ford 56-0. Hickory defeats their rival St. Stephen's big 43-15. North Lincoln blanks North Iredell 50-0. And sorry, Terry, your West Lincoln Rebels go down to the Bunker Hill Bears. And West Lincoln had a lead in the second half in this game. But Bunker Hill comes back, defeats West Lincoln in a slugfest 15-7.
Bunker Hill's got two, maybe almost three 300-pound guys on the offensive line.
It's really amazing for a small school.
That's
like
what I'm
that.
talking about. I'm very impressed. On the other end, it was Lincoln over Bandy's 27-7. That's back-to-back wins for the Lincoln Wolves.
Bandy's was having a pretty good year.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Polk County over RS Central 48-28. Shelby had no trouble with Highland Tech 72-0. It was Mountain Island 42, Winston-Salem Prep 13. It was Watauga 56, South Caldwell 22, and I'm surprised at the difference in the score of that game. It was Alexander Central defeating Ashe County 42-36. High Brighton over Freedom 42-14. Bavard no trouble with East Henderson 42-0. And a very slugfest here in 9 innings. Asheville Cougars defeat AC Reynolds 6-5. And in the last game, it was McDowell 53 and North Buncombe 13.
Look at that. 6-5. 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth.
No, it was like in the second inning when that score was. So it was a pitcher's duel after the second.
One of them defensive
after the starters
bats.
went out, Tom, the relief pitchers did great in that game.
6-5. All right, it's Tuscola over North Henderson 37-0. Smoky Mountain defeats West Henderson 42-28. And Mitchell big over Drone 62-14. Did not have a final on Elkin and Surrey Central 14-14.
I got one. 27-14 Surrey Central Eagles
Surrey
defeat
Central.
the Elkin Bucking Elks.
Okay.
What was the final?
Surrey over
27-14.
Surrey over Elkin. Surrey Central. Okay. Postponed with North Surrey and Forbush. Don't have a score on North Wilkes and West Wilkes, probably because they don't have internet or electricity in Wilkes County. East Surrey and Wilkes Central, another one we don't have. Madison defeats Rosman 48-0. You gave me a final on that chair. Oh, yeah, it is. 29-28. Murphy defeats Cherokee in the corner of the state matchup there, Terry.
Yes.
So Murphy defeats them.
What a game.
Mountain Heritage over Owen 37-6. Andrews defeats Hayesville 31-7. Postponed was Swains County and Robbinsville. And Franklin defeats Pisgah. That's a big rivalry there in the mountain. That's a big game for them. So Franklin defeats Pisgah 20-16. I hear some locals wager their paycheck on that matchup.
Yeah, that one. And I'm going to tell you, when you go up to Pisgah, there's all kind of little battles there. When they play Tuscola, you know, they have the great big pot that they give away at halftime.
Yeah, that might be the one I'm thinking. I know that Franklin Pisgah. Tuscola Pisgah might be a little bigger.
All right, Terry, I got some extra finals for you to put in. It registers on the Almighty Max Preps. No score registered for the Wilkes County matchups for West Wilkes and Wilkes Central. I can't find anything on the internet, so I don't know if they even played last night. There was postponements again. Robbinsville played last night against the South Carolina team, if anybody cares. But they were supposed to play with Swain County, and that was postponed. Roberson and Inca postponed. But the other finals that I do got, Ashbrook wins 40-27 over North Gaston. Pine Lake Prep wins 41-16 over Christ the King. Community School of Davidson wins 35-12 over Winston-Salem Carver. So those are your final scores from last night. How's your breakfast, boys? What you eating on, Tommy?
I had a bacon, egg, and cheese on toast.
I had sausage. Well, I'm in the middle of a sausage, egg, and cheese on toast. I can't eat any more right now because I don't have any more water in my cup. That biscuit's so thick, I need to wash it down. It's so good. Terry, what you working on over there this morning? I see a bowl of something. Is that grits?
Yeah, I had some oatmeal, and I got bologna and liver mush on a bun.
Bologna, liver mush.
Stays together better on a bun.
It does.
Terry?
It does.
Stays together on a
JP,
bun.
have you started eating yet?
No, but I've got 2 bowls of grits waiting on me.
2 bowls of grits waiting on JP. All right, folks, I'm going to update the scoreboard here in a second. Real quick, Terry, in NASCAR this week, they are in your favorite place.
Yes.
Talladega.
Or Daytona or Bristol or Richmond or Martinsville. Those are the best places in the world.
Terry, do you have a Talladega dent in your couch? or chair? You got a spot where you enjoy?
I got a Talladega den in my truck.
In the
truck,
back,
right back there.
You lay in the back. You lay in the back of the truck and listen to the
shoot,
race
and back
KTC?
into things. Yeah,
and back into things. Do you got a favorite spot to watch the races?
I hunt Christopher Bell.
Oh goodness,
because Kyle Busch, we don't like him.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm great.
You guys okay? I'm not sure. Tom, what do you think about him in general?
And what do I think about Terry? I think Terry's off his rocker as he usually is.
That's where.
You know how Terry comes in here on Saturday. You just never know what he's going to say. It's like, I know there's probably some kind of substance abuse issue with Terry, but I mean, what he says is it's just normalized. He's just so crazy. It's just become normalized. So, Terry, whatever you said, I agree with it, buddy.
Yeah, well, Tom, I appreciate you being here today.
No problem. No, I know you do. I know you do.
All right,
you look forward to seeing me once again.
How about some playoff clinching scenarios? How about that? So, if two races.
Hey, I got last week's winner right.
Who was it again?
Denny Hamlin.
You did. Terry, a lot of people talking about is it's hard to pick a favorite in this, but a lot of people's picking Logano. That I see everywhere. I see is Logano is a lot of people's pick to win. How you feel about that before I go through these scenarios?
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Because of the way he likes to get out and block.
Yeah, well, him and his little sidekick brother Keselowski, they do that quite often.
Well, what do you think Chase will get a love tap from the 4-car this week in traffic somewhere?
Probably should.
How
about
Terry
that?
said.
This is one of
Terry
them
didn't say
older folks.
He said should.
Against younger folks.
Ooh.
And then what Chase say last week? Oh, I'm not scared of anybody. And I'm like, wait a minute now, buddy. You're talking about a veteran, Kevin Harvick, who's going to give you a little nudge every now and then. And that might be the end of your chances if you do not succeed at Talladega. Or will Chase Elliott stay at the back and never be up at the front until the end? There's always ways to look at it.
Well, I don't, I've watched a ton of these races every year, Terry. I don't think there is a strategy. Don't matter where you go.
Jimmy Johnson had the best thing.
What did he do?
He stayed at the back.
He's just not wrecked.
No, he didn't. He stayed at the back. And he stayed where he was in, with the flow. Like he didn't lose the draft.
There's reasons to, because that's the thing. If you lose the draft,
then they're going to catch you. They're going to catch you about 3 or 4 laps. That's hard to believe.
Isn't it? If people don't get that, it's a 2.5 mile track, and if you lose it, I've done it on the video games. I'm no real experience, but if you do lose the draft, next thing you know, a couple laps around, here they come.
Here they come.
Crap.
They running you down.
So usually what I do is just wreck the field and cause a caution.
Kind of on my bucket list to get to Talladega and watch a race. It's on my bucket list.
I've been in the area.
We need to make a KTC trip down there and just do the show for Talladega.
How about that?
All right, I do have, and my phone's on my pocket. I do have an emergency contest announcement here in a few minutes.
My God, we have to get hurt. Tom to go.
We're gonna have a giveaway in a minute. We're gonna give away. I got golf today, maybe some football. Also, notes: West Caldwell Maiden is supposed to be tonight.
Yeah.
By the way,
why is that?
I don't know.
Okay. As I'm getting ready to say, it's been beautiful weather. It hadn't rained in a week and a half.
I don't know, but that's what it said on the online. All right, let's see. Denny Hamlin with his win last weekend at Vegas is the only driver locked in the round right now. Can clinch via points. If there's a repeat winner or a win by a driver who cannot advance to the next round, the following drivers could clinch by being 56 points above 7th. If that makes any sense to you math whizzes out there. This is all you need to know, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Can clinch in points if somebody wins at something other. Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, Blaney, Elliott, or Logano, depending on if they survive the race.
Who'd you say was second?
That's not the order, Terry.
I know that, but who'd you say? Kyle Busch.
Yeah, that's where they listed him. Kyle Larson would clinch with 54 points, or 55 if Logano wins. Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Logano could only clinch with any with help this weekend. If there's a new winner, from Brad Keselowski or another winless driver lower than the standings eligible to advance to the next round. The following drivers could clinch by being 56 points: Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Truex, Blaney, Elliott, and Logano again. All right, can clinch via win? Obviously, anybody. So that's really where you're sitting right now, Terry. It's more of a, putting Talladega in the middle is if it's the first race, maybe you've got 2 races to win. You put it in the middle. Now you're sitting at a Roval course where it may be impossible unless you're one of 5 or 6 drivers on that. So this is the week, and this is going to be the race, Tom. I advise everyone to be around when the last 20 laps come around. Terry,
what time's the start?
I'll get to you. I'll see if I get to that in a second.
3 o'clock, probably.
3?
That's what I'm thinking.
And it's
because it comes on like at 2:30.
That's about a 4-hour race, isn't it?
Well, yeah, 3.5. Yeah,
depending on how many wrecks and big the wrecks. You got to remember, like I said, it's a 2.5 mile track. It's not like a video game where you wreck and you hit the cleanup.
Well,
button.
I know
you got to get stuff moved. Go ahead.
Yeah, the race today they gave like 2 hours for them to run it, so I don't know what the difference is.
Well,
today
at 1 o'clock is the Truck Series, Camping World Truck Series. 4:30 p.m. is the Xfinity Series, Terry. So
that's 2 hours.
That's for them.
Off there at 6:30.
Dumb random question, guys, because you follow it more than me. It seemed like they used to do a truck race on Friday night, then the Xfinity or whatever they were calling at the time on Saturday, then the Cup race on Sunday. But now they're doing like a double header.
Just depends what track.
It is.
Okay.
And if everything's messed up, Tom, you know how this pandemic has messed everything.
Weather.
I mean, now we go to Pocono and run back to back. Saturday, Sunday.
Now they've because of travel, because most of the tracks are concentrated in the southeast for the most part. Then you've got these in there, so they've rearranged the schedule. That's why we're going to some of these other tracks so they can get to them on the way back through the truck drivers and everything, and the double race at Pocono. Yeah. But it also depends on weather, track. We'll think about this. And they figured out over the years, and I guess, and as a race fan, I would rather, like, you don't know the truck or Xfinity Series. I'd rather go to a doubleheader like that than Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Let's say also if you're camping, you can show up Saturday morning, pay for one night as opposed to 2 nights or 3 nights, depending on how you're there. So it affects a lot of things, hotels as well. So a lot of different reasons to answer your question.
For some reason, Pocono's on my bucket list too. It's such an unusual track.
Triangle.
Yeah, that's an unusual track because of that triangle.
I'd like to go to any race, Terry, that I can watch from outside the track and just cook out and have a good time with your friends.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Pocono, and I'm like Tom, that's on my bucket list. I love that track because it comes down to your tires. It comes down to fuel mileage. It comes down to a lot more than just driving.
Back in the 90s and stuff, when I would watch it in college, it seemed like every time I went to Pocono, 3 or 4 people blow engines. Yeah. And they don't do that anymore because I guess the engineering's caught up to it. But I remember that track. You'd blow an engine, blow a transmission because it was so unusual from the other tracks.
And blow an engine heading to, or run out of gas heading to turn 2.
Yeah.
Or turn 3, you're done. I mean, the time you get back in, they've already.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
We'll scroll through some of the paint schemes for the folks on the line. And this is the scheme. This is the schemes that the drivers will be using. I know you folks on the radio can't obviously see, but Keselowski will be in the discount tire, Busch in the monster. Who's in the 3? Is that Dylan?
Yeah, Austin.
What is
Dylan.
that sponsor? I don't even know what that is. Breztree. Kevin Harvick will be in the camouflage and orange. Looks like an old Hooters car, but it's the Busch Light camouflage car. Camouflage on top, orange stripes. On the bottom, the 5 is in a little red, white, and blue. 6 in a pink, and we're going to see pink everywhere. I guess you did, Tom, last night at the stadium.
Yeah, the Vesper City. If I could just sneak that in, they did a good job with their pink night last night.
Let's see, the 8 car in the Realtree, 9 in the red. That's going to look weird seeing him in red and black as opposed to the Napa. Amarola and
he might be red
regular
when
Blaney.
Kevin Harvick gets done with
I was looking at one thing online. They were talking about how you take the pictures before the race in front of the cars. That everybody should be required at Talladega to take an after picture with your car wherever it's at on the track or on the back of the wrecker, and those should Those should be a big part of the weekend as your Talladega. Kyle's in the M&M's.
The famous M&M's.
The famous.
Yeah.
Terry, that's
legend.
Hold on, Terry.
Oh.
Are those M&M's or peanut M&M's? Because the yellow is peanut M&M wrapper.
It does not matter. It's
M&M's.
M&M's.
When Terry don't want to answer a question,
No,
that's his
M&M's.
response. Tom.
No matter what it is, whether it's peanuts or almonds or whatever.
Truex in the Bass Pro, 20 in the Ream. Joey Logano, if you're looking for him this weekend.
He's in the same old ordinary car.
Terry, do you not like Joey Logano?
Not really. Him or Keselowski, either one.
Okay. Now, Tom, that's a grown man sitting over there.
I know he's a grown.
Well, he's not a grown man. He's
You're
still a kid
a grown
to me.
man. No,
He's
I'm
still
talking
a
about
kid.
you.
Yeah.
Logano in the yellow and red, right, like he has been. Bubba Wallace in the McDonald's car this week, red, yellow, and white. William Byron in his regular Exalta paint scheme. Terry, I got to see those out in Kings Mountain a couple weeks ago. The new Generation 8. The biggest takeaway for me is I couldn't believe how small the actual car was. Like to me, it seems smaller than other past versions. I could be right, I could be wrong, I could be totally wrong on it, but it seems a little tighter. And and you can see it on this car. You don't really see it on TV or think. You see that?
Loves?
No. What's the back spoiler? You see the side spoiler. I've when you're up close in the cars, you can see those that are really pronounced and don't really think about how big, because you can't see them on TV because they're clear really. So that's a clear piece right there going across the top, and they are long. I mean, they're just it's an actual bigger piece than I thought was on the cars. 37 Velveeta cheese. Then we got Georgia peanuts. Have a nice snack there, Tom.
Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter.
Yep, Jimmy Carter, the peanut farmer.
As the 41 car will be in the Haas Tooling this week. 42 will be in a McDonald's and Clover. 43 car will be in an Armed Forces, Richard Petty, Motorsports. 47 in the Kroger, Jimmy Johnson in the pink, and not Jimmy Johnson, geez, Alex Bowman in the pink. Johnson and them finished up their season this few weeks ago. So they took their rookie, him and the other fellow rookies took their rookie stickers off their sticker. Now, for the folks poo-pooing Jimmy, the kid that won the championship this year in IndyCar was the second year in IndyCar. Yeah. So, not saying he's going to win the championship. What I'm saying is, it takes a little practice, probably, Terry, from wheeling the big wide cars.
I think Jimmy found that out this year.
The fast go karts. He wasn't finishing in last. That was his thing. He would tweet out, not last.
Yeah.
All right, JP, what you got?
Coach P's on the phone.
All right. You got him set up?
Yeah.
Did you hit all the right buttons?
Uh-huh.
We
Great
believe
job.
so. All right, Coach Pruitt, you there? Coach Tim Pruitt, Chevrolet.
I'm here.
What's up, Coach? How's it going this morning? Beautiful weather if you're outside. I know that. It's golfing, football, and whatever, pretty much whatever else you want to do, fishing, everything else. Thank you for calling in this morning. Good to hear from you. You guys, this was a makeup game or not a makeup game, a scheduled game. You guys had a bye week this week. You got Patton in to come into town last night against you guys, and you want to talk a little bit about what went on there in the game and from your perspective and where we at there.
Well, ended up on the wrong end of the score, even though I thought we played probably a little better game, except for some turnovers. We had three fumbles and an interception. We only threw 6 passes, and 2 of those were on the last drive of the game. So after a block punt, so we got a lot better in a few areas. It took us a little while to get used to their scheme. They had a really good player outside. He beat double coverage twice. And other than that, I thought we did some good things well, executed defensively around the ball. We had multiple kids with over 10 tackles. And I think we adjusted to what they were doing a little bit as the game went along. But defensively, the last 2 weeks we've had people line up different for us, and it took a little while to get used to it. But Cooper gained 113 yards on 12 carries, just didn't have the ball enough. We ran 12 plays in the first half and 32 for the game. So that's one thing that we still got to get better at on defense, getting off the field on third down, and getting off the field on fourth down a couple times. So overall, some mistakes that we still got to brush up and clean up, and they can be fixed. And getting ready to play Highland Tech next week.
Well, Coach, just for the folks that may not know, what is a normal, or what would you want, or what kind of, how many number of plays are you looking at on a normal night, or what would you like?
Definitely more than 32. We scored on a 3-play drive. It's good to score, but sometimes we might need to keep it a little bit longer and help out the defense a little bit. We fumbled a kickoff return after their first drive. They had an 80-yard drive and converted third down 3 times on the drive, maybe 4 times. Once was a fourth down. Actually, the last play was a fourth down, a 4th and 10. If we can get off the field and get the ball a little bit more, that would help us out. And then not give a short field when we do give the ball back to the other team. So, we hadn't had a lot of ball security issues, honestly. I made the comment to my wife today. If we'd had ball security issues at Shelby, we could have worked on that the last couple of weeks, but we hadn't had ball security issues. So sometimes, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, if you don't have mistakes in that area, you don't maybe work on it as much as you should. So that's a mistake by me as a head coach. If I go back and look at the film and some of the stuff that we did, the interception right before the first half, which they went and scored with 12, 15 seconds left, we probably would have called a pass play in a different formation. When we got in a little overset, it brought the safety over. When the ball got tipped in the air, the safety was in position to catch it. If we're in a spread set or open set, the safety would be in the middle of the field. The ball would have hit the ground harmlessly. We'd have punted and probably would have been down a touchdown at halftime. So, little things like that dictate a high school football game sometimes. And we got the ball back, and we had one of our long drives. I didn't realize, honestly, that we was inside the 10. We went to change a group just because I felt like we would have a little bit harder time getting it in with the personnel we were running. We were really kind of predictable because we ran the same play like 6 straight plays. But in hindsight, we probably should have run that play a couple more times and punched it in. But we changed our formation and got Cooper in a pistol set, and he's probably a little deeper than I'd like for him to be, but it allowed the backside guy to maybe get a piece of him before he could get to the hole like he would want to hit it. And then helmet on the ball, we fumbled there. But, like I said, if we're running ISO and he takes it and extends the play like he did 3 plays earlier, he would have walked in the end zone. So Coach Pruitt's job to put his kids in position to be successful. And you hate to work like we've worked and get to a point where we can win against the 2A team. Your seeding in the state playoffs is dependent on a few wins, and one win would go a long way. This week we would have been 20th seed going to North Stokes. I don't think we'll probably drop too far from that, but a win would have probably boosted us up, and we felt like a couple more wins on the schedule probably would get us a home playoff game. So we've got some work to do. Obviously, if we beat all the 1A teams in our conference, we'll get a home playoff game anyways. That's still in our hands. And we'll just take it one week at a time. There's no guarantees. I told the kids last night, no guarantees that we are playing football another day this year. But we hope the sun will come up Monday and we'll get to go to practice. And the sun came up this morning as I was grading, breaking down film. Usually I don't grade and break down film until Saturday evening maybe. But I went ahead and did it this morning, got it out of the way, and could talk about some stats to you guys to boost our kids. Gavin Cease had a really good game at linebacker. He had trouble staying behind the option, which we talked about during the week. But other than that, he played a great game at the linebacker. Mason Grindstaff had several tackles for loss. I think it was 3. He had over 10 tackles. He blocked a punt. He had a sack. Cam Bolin was his regular self, flying all over the field. Cooper Sloan played both ways this week. Last couple of weeks, he hadn't hardly played any on both sides of the ball, but this week he had to. And he had 11 tackles and, of course, carried the ball for 113 yards. So outstanding game by a bunch of great kids. and just hate that we couldn't end up on the right side of the win column.
Do you have both your touchdowns, Coach? I'm showing the two scores here
He
for you
did.
guys while you're talking, and
He did.
are
He did.
both
And,
kind of similar
Chase
plays, same play.
Chase ran in the one. Excuse me.
I said we're both kind of similar plays, same play. I said it's going off the right tackle. It might. I don't know from.
We got a little right-handed. They really overloaded our tight end. I'm sure we would have a tight end run tendency, and both of them were probably similar plays. Should have been 53 ISO. We did have twins, and right now, to be honest with you, I'm trying to recollect the second one, but it's not coming back to me. I recollect the last one that I called, but not that one.
Okay.
But the other thing which we got to last drive is getting in two tight ends because they were not balanced on their defense, and twins allowed us to displace the outside linebacker a little bit, but two tight ends allowed us to get our hands on that guy. And Tobias Miller's come a long ways as a tight end this year, and we used Caleb Hopes at tight end. Caleb started the game at center, and did a pretty good job with the things that we do. And I thought Jack Dellinger did a really good job at right tackle, and Mitchell Lackey, kid that played both ways a little bit, he had 5 tackles on defense and did a good job at guard. So we're still working with all of our group, and like I said, we really concentrate on special teams. Our kickoff return was better this week, except for one turnover. Our kickoff coverage has got to get a lot better, and I really felt like we had a couple opportunities to block a punt, and Cooper was, of course, returning kicks as well this week as well.
All right, Coach. You got any big plans this weekend? Are you going to any football games or anything?
Next week, I'll get to go see Jace Britton, hopefully at Brevard. But this week, I'll be in town for, just family get-togethers and some birthdays. My nephew's birthday is tomorrow, so we'll be in town. Like to pass out well wishes to people in the charitable community that might be suffering from COVID or have some family members that were lost in the last week, and we'll be thinking and praying about those groups of people.
Yes, sir. Well, you have a good weekend, and take care of you and your family as well, Coach.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a great week.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Coach
All right,
Tim
appreciate y'all. Bye.
Coach Tim Pruitt, Cherville Ironman. JP, make sure you hit that button. JP, make sure you hit that button.
Sloan's got some good speed, good vision, too, and running the one longer touchdown, Kevin. He followed the blocks, found the crease, got around the right side, and I was pretty impressed with that run there.
All right, guys, let's go over the scores again.
Okay.
And I'll update that and get that on the scoreboard here while y'all start winding that down.
All right. As Coach Pruitt just told you, Patton over Cherville, 22-14. Hendersonville over Chase, 42-9. Thomas Jefferson goes down. East Gaston beats him 42-37. Burns over Bessemer City, 42-0. Kings Mountain over Forest View, 28-14. Chargers over South Point, 27-26. Ashbrook defeats North Gaston 47-20. Kramer over Hunter Huss 33-8. East Lincoln blanks West Iredell 45-0. Statesville does the same to Ford 56-0. Hickory over St. Stephen's 43-15. North Lincoln blanks North Iredell 50-0. And Bunker Hill defeats West Lincoln 15-7. Terry.
It was Lincoln and over Bandy's 27-7, and I know they keep talking about the squad down there at Lincoln and getting better every week. And last night was a good win
for them.
Sure was. It was Polk County 48, RS Central 28. Shelby defeats Highland Tech 72-0. It was Mountain Island over Winston-Salem Prep 42-13. Watauga defeats South Caldwell 56-22. It was Alexander Central holding off Ashe County 42-36. High Brighton a win over Freedom 42-14. Brevard no trouble with East Henderson 42-0. Asheville defeats AC Reynolds 6-5, and McDowell over North Buncombe 53-13.
It was Tuscola over North Henderson 37-0. It was Smoky Mountain over West Henderson 42-28. Mitchell defeats Drones 62-14. Surrey Central tops Elkin 27-14. Don't have a score on any of the Wilkes County teams, so if you have those, call them in, please. Madison blanks Rosman 48-0. Murphy edges Cherokee 29-28. Mountain Heritage big over Owen 37-6. Andrews defeats Hayesville 31-7. And Franklin over Pisgah in a close one 20-16.
And it was Ashbrook over North Gaston 40-27, and Pine Lake Prep 35, Winston-Salem Carver 12.
The Mountain Island's up there, and yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it is. There it is.
My high school classmate, Beth Butlack, gives me that score every week because her kids go to Mountain Island Charter, and they go to all the games. So appreciate her sending me that score every week because some of these schools is hard to get a hold of these.
It
schools.
is.
So
it is.
So we appreciate anybody who sends in a score to us.
Yeah, and it all goes back. I know when I was keeping the scores and everything, you got to have connections. I don't care how much internet you got.
Yeah.
If they don't have some kind of a crew there,
if they don't put it up,
yes, exactly. The score
Honestly,
does not get out.
We thought when we started Twitter and everything that
be easy.
And with the social media, and you've got 1,000 people sitting in the stands.
Somebody would tweet it.
Like it's not even like you don't even have to follow somebody. All you have to do is type in the search, like Statesville and whoever they played last night, Ford. Those are the only words you got to put in.
Yeah.
And all you need is one out of all the thousands of people to type that score in at that time or at any time of the night, and you'll have it.
And it's hard around our areas. If I didn't have people that I contacted, there's scores, like, especially with Ford. I'll mention them. And if you go on up to High Brighton, and which now they've got a lot better. But if you get up there where North Wilkes is and all them counties, you getting nothing.
Well, Coach Pruitt just sent us in. West was leading North 28-23 with 3 minutes to go. And like I said, it's not on Max Preps. Then South Stokes beat East Wilkes 34-28. Terry, if you want to put that on your sheet, South Stokes 34-28 over East. I don't know what my sheet is. Anyway, top 5, 6 is what I got through this morning. Number 1 will be Statesville with 16 power points. Number 2 will be Bunker Hill with 15. 3 Hendersonville with 14. 4 Kings Mountain.
So Bunker Hill wins and they fall.
Right. Statesville 1-2.
How about that?
They both had the same number of points. Well, when Alabama beats Mercer in 1 week and the next week the other team beats the number 3 team, shouldn't they move up?
I guess.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Well, making sure.
It always works out at the end.
Some people just don't get standings. It's weird. 5, Maiden. Chase is now 6. Crest, 7. Shelby, 8. South Point. Did East Lincoln win? They won last night, didn't they? Who'd they beat?
East Lincoln beat West Iredale.
Are they 3A?
West Iredale, yes.
They
West
are.
Iredale would be
I think
3A.
they are. So,
yeah.
Them and South Point will be tied at 9 and 10. I don't know the exact. I guess I could figure that out real quick. How many points South Point give up last night? 27. East Lincoln gave up nothing. So, South Point will be 9. South Point will be 10. East Lincoln 9. Going into next week. So there's your top 10 again. It'll be Statesville 1, Bunker Hill 2, Hendersonville 3, Kings Mountain 4, Maiden 5, Chase 6, Crest 7, Shelby 8, East Lincoln 9, and South Point 10 on your power poll for next week. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes on the Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Forest City and Friendship Nissan of Forest City. I just drove by there the other day, and I didn't need a car yet, Tom, so I didn't stop. But I should have pulled in and took some pictures to bring for Terry to pick something out to go get. So we'll be back in a few minutes. We've got NCAA bad picks and NFL bad picks and more. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Okay, class, listen up. Do not buy a car without a warranty. Just don't do it. At Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City, we have lifetime warranty on new and used cars. That's right, lifetime warranty on new and used cars. Unlimited time, unlimited miles. And through the end of this month, we're offering up to $4,000 over Kelly Blue Book value on your trade. So one more time, Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram has lifetime warranty on new and used cars, and you'll find us in Forest City.
It's a gigantic grand opening celebration Saturday, October 2nd at the all-new Cherryville Auto and Truck, your Napa Auto Parts dealer on Highway 150 West in Cherryville. Hi, I'm Calvin Hastings, and I want to invite you to join the boss in Carolina Country for the grand opening celebration of Cherryville Auto and Truck Supply in Cherryville, your Napa Auto Parts dealer. Come see the Napa Ron Capps NHRA Funny Car and Chase Elliott's number 9 Napa car, along with Large Marge, a pink Cadillac, and other local classic cars. The event will be from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. with a ribbon cutting at 11 a.m. We'll be broadcasting live. We'll have free hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks, plus many door prizes and giveaways, including a 54-inch Homac toolbox. So plan now to be there Saturday, October 2nd from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. for the big grand opening of the new Cherryville Auto and Truck Supply, 1313 Shelby Highway in Cherryville, just west of Food Line. For more information, call 704-435-4581. Come join us for all the fun.
Mountain View Antiques at 121 Shannon Bradley Road in Gastonia would like to invite you to their 2-year anniversary celebration, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. They'll be offering store-wide discounts up to 50% off and giving away gift cards. They offer primitive antiques, case knives, toys, glassware, vintage, vinyl artwork, and more. Tell all your friends and family we hope to see you at Mountain View Antiques, 121 Shannon Bradley Road in Gastonia.
Huzzah! Escape to the Renaissance Festival, Saturdays and Sundays. There's music, comedy, circus entertainments. Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Presented by Pepsi. Discount tickets at Hedis Tita stores or print your own online at renfestinfo.com.
Mention the Renaissance Festival and receive discount hotel accommodations at Hampton Inn and Suites, Huntersville and Lake Norman. Huzzah!
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability, Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Bring home the Kubota BX 2380 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain.
At Ingles, we're proud to partner with so many athletics organizations to bring you the very best of everything sports have to offer. And we're also proud to bring so many great game day options to you crazy fans out there, like the best meat in town, crisp, fresh produce, ice-cold beverages, and more. Whether you're loading up for that road trip or preparing for the homestand, we've got you covered. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Lifetime warranty on new and used cars at Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City. And now until the end of the month, Friendship in Forest City will offer up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book value on your trade. Guaranteed best prices on new cars, all used cars priced way below book value, and now all new and used cars have a lifetime warranty, unlimited time, and unlimited miles. We're simply not like any other dealer. Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram, we're located in Forest City.
For your party, family gathering, or just a get-together of friends, get it catered by Hillbillies Barbecue and Steaks in Gastonia. Check out their party packs, including pork or chicken or beef with barbecue sauce, slaw, plates, cups, eating utensils, serving utensils, potato salad, buns, and sweet tea and ice. And delivery is available. For more information, call 704-824-8838. Hillbillies Barbecue and Steaks, 305 South Main Street in Lowell. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9:30, and 11 to 3 on Sunday. Also call for employment opportunities that are now available. And now Hillbillies Barbecue and Steaks are taking applications for employment. Looking for a new car? Maybe a pre-owned car or truck, or maybe an SUV? Then let your fingers do the walking and go to whatsupshopper.com. Local dealers with local vehicles. You don't have to drive all over the country. Just click on whatsupshopper.com and take a look at the local selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and more from local dealers in Gaston, Cleveland, and Lincoln counties. Car shopping just got easier by going to whatsupshopper.com. Pick yours out today.
Every touchdown.
He will fly into the end zone.
Every big hit.
He is engulfed.
Every moment.
Batted down and incomplete, and the Blue Devils win it.
Don't miss any of the excitement of Blue Devil football in 2021.
Sidesteps one tackler, takes it in for the touchdown. In trouble and thrown down.
Right here on your home for Duke football.
Down the sideline, 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
The Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield.
Join us every Sunday at 11 a.m. for our Sunday morning worship services. On WCSL 1590 AM and 92.3 FM, it's the Sunday morning service of First Baptist Church in Cherryville. On WLON 1050 AM and 107.5 FM, it's the Sunday service of the Covenant Bible Church in Lincolnton. And on WOHS 1390 AM and 101.5 FM, it's the Sunday service of the Calvary Baptist Church of Shelby. Join us each and every Sunday morning for our Sunday morning worship services on The Boss and Carolina Country.
Join Milton Baker for the West End Sale Swap Shop, Monday through Friday on Carolina Country, WCSL, Cherryville, Gastonia, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin the Gang.
We're back Saturday.
Hold on. JP.
Yeah.
When you see someone not here yet, and we haven't hit our buttons yet, you're more than free. That's when you ad-lib.
Well, I mean, I usually ad-lib anyhow.
No, you usually don't until we start talking, and then it doesn't stop.
There's not much I can really say. We're back to that with Kevin and the Gang.
That's all you got.
Yeah, I mean, there's
not
much more I can really say.
You talk about how much fun it is. You talk about all the sports we talk about. You can say something about friendship.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge sponsoring Saturday morning sports talk, both at Oak Street Extension in Forest City, North Carolina. Give them a call. Drive home in a new Nissan or Dodge product today. Got some pretty cool looking Gladiators. That's my bucket list ride right there, Terry. Get myself a Gladiator.
That's my bucket list.
When I escape poverty, I'm going to get one.
As soon as they give me one.
But I've been trying to escape poverty since 1974. I just can't get away. If you want to call them, 828-919-3001 or 828-245-1661. Call our friends at Friendship.
Thomas and them will take care of you.
Yes, they will.
Well, you guys know what time it is, don't you?
It's great picks time.
Bad picks time.
Bad picks.
Bad picks time.
Is it bad picks?
This is for the folks on the radio, you'll be listening for the next few minutes. Bad picks from last week. So if you hear the funky music and us talking, we're making bad picks. Special guests this week, my daughter, as usual, Belle Hastings, Austin Hastings, and Andre Bush with a special guest appearance as well. Tom, get ready to hit that button.
Mic 4.
Computer.
I do want to give Tom credit last week, and I said I would when I came in here. Yeah, Tom went 19-6 last week in college.
Smoked.
I went 13-12.
I tell you, I knew you struggled.
Well.
I knew you struggled.
But I've won 2 out of the 3 weeks.
That's why you haven't you weren't text messaged me on Saturday because I knew I won that week. So it's 2-1.
So now it's time for me
to
get
pull
back
even.
on top.
Time to pull even.
Listen, sometimes you get text messages that make sense, and others you just like.
It's hard to decide.
How did someone type that with their thumbs?
Someone was pounding you last night, Tom.
Who thought that?
Someone was pounding you last night.
Who's that?
They were.
I don't know what to do right now.
What are you talking about?
I don't know how. We're gonna have to cut this audio.
What are you talking about?
Okay, that's our first one. I have taken Wisconsin.
Is that our first bad pick, Terry? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that. I just
somebody just made a bad pick.
One
of you did.
Yeah. But they said the Notre Dame quarterbacks have a little bit of hard
JP, hit your button, not yell at me through the window.
Yes.
First one, they've already split. I just need a name. Who just made the bad pick? Terry or Tom? All you have to do is say one name.
Terry.
There we go.
All
That's
right.
all we needed.
I don't know.
Good job.
27 seconds.
now you don't know.
Here we go.
Good job.
There you go.
Notre Dame wins 41-13 over Wisconsin.
Bad picks.
Texas A&M goes in there and beats Arkansas. I think Arkansas's got a pretty good team, but Texas A&M, they've got a lot of talent on that team. I think they go in there and win.
Yeah, I was going to take Arkansas also, but I am going to take Texas A&M.
Arkansas wins 20-10 over Texas A&M.
The Rambling Wreck of Georgia Tech. Will they beat the North Carolina Tar Heels today in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
That'll not happen. UNC House finally putting it together a little bit, and Georgia Tech gave Clemson all they wanted, but Clemson has no offense. But Carolina wins by at least 3 touchdowns.
Well, I don't know if I want to pick Carolina now they said that nonsense, but I'll go with Carolina on the road. Tougher than Terry thinks.
Georgia Tech wins 45-22 over North Carolina.
Bad picks.
TCU.
TCU's tougher.
Tech.
SMU wins 42-34 over TCU.
So you taking Ball State?
No.
I'm taking Ball State.
You take the loser.
Bad picks.
Tommy.
I like Iowa State.
I like Iowa State.
Baylor wins 31-29 over Iowa State.
Bad picks.
I'm taking Texas, but if you lose this game, Texas, I'm issuing you a Mac Brown ultimatum. If you lose, I will never pick you again.
I'm taking Texas Tech.
That's a loser.
Texas wins 70-35 over Texas Tech.
I like Mississippi State at home.
And there's where we got to swap. Keep sticking with your Mississippi State, Coach Leach, now.
Well, see, the reason why LSU's going to get beat is because nobody can understand what Coach Ogeron tells them, so they're confused when they go on the field.
Bad picks.
Let's go with Missouri.
That's a bad pick.
No. Missouri's going to go in there and beat them.
Boston College wins 41-34 over Missouri.
I think it's a trap game for UCLA. I think Stanford gets the win at home.
And I'll take UCLA.
UCLA wins 35-24 over Stanford.
No respect, huh?
No.
Let's go with Utah State. I mean, we follow them pretty closely.
Yeah.
Boise State wins 27-3 over Utah State.
Bad picks.
Chiefs look more like the chefs on defense, man. But I'm going to take them at home.
Taking Chiefs also.
I got Chiefs as well.
Chargers win 30-24 over the Chiefs.
I hate when you two agree that I was feeling that way too, so I'm going Buccaneers on this. I'll take the L.
Rams win 34-24 over Tampa Bay.
Bad picks.
How are you, America's team ain't won a Super Bowl 30?
It always is. You got a star, buddy. Everybody wants to have a star.
Just for that. The Eagles go in there. I was going to pick the Cowboys.
Well, there's where you mess up and get
Picking
you
against
a
you
loss.
and you and Skip
loss.
Bayless.
I think the Eagles are going to win this division, so if they're going to win it, they got to win this game. So I've got Eagles over Cowboys. Now, third.
Cowboys win 41-21 over the Eagles.
Now, picking the lines isn't a bad bet here, Terry. Short week, you got a big win. It's a 7.5 point spread.
Okay,
so you got 7. I'm saying on the money line, it might be good to bet the lines for you gamblers out there. But the Ravens are going to win the ball game.
Ravens win 19-17 over the Lions.
Bad picks.
49ers favored by 3, $138 in Santa Clara. Terry?
49ers, Green Bay for second loss of the year.
Tom talked long enough for me to pick the 49ers. Go
there
Niners.
You go.
I was going to say let it leak out there.
Packers win 30-28 over the 49ers.
I'm going
Steelers. Mason Rudolph.
They'll win on account of the defense.
Bad picks.
Falcons at Giants. This game will be in hell this week. 0-2 Falcons at 0-2 Giants. Daniel Jones and Matt Ryan face off for $57 in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Terry.
The New York Giants.
Yeah, I like the Giants.
Falcons win 17-14 over the Giants.
I got Vikings at home. They're 0-2. Seahawks are favored at by 2. They're on the road. I got Vikings will get their first win of the season.
Seahawks.
Vikings win 30-17 over the Seahawks.
Those are some bad picks.
Congratulations to the NC State Wolfpack for defeating Dabo Crying Sweeney. And I didn't get to see the game. Very end I did. I was listening, went into overtime. No, I listened to it, then I watched the highlights. I think the last pass, the Clemson receiver should have got it.
All right, Tom, we have an emergency giveaway, folks.
Okay.
You have to leave in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You have to call us. JP, we're going to take the first caller that wants them. Take names just in case. Want you to write names and numbers down, the first 3 that come through. We have late-breaking tickets for the Duke-Carolina game today. It starts at noon. So we were supposed to give them away last night. Didn't work out who was supposed to get them. And now we don't, Terry, plenty of.
You got an opportunity here.
Coming into this season, Terry, there was a lot of people talking about the Tar Heels and how great they're going to be. And, it's been tough to find people that want tickets to the games. Terry, it's weird.
Well, when you're 2-2, people's already gave up on you.
Well,
when you dropped out of the top 25.
Shannon called Clemson the Highland Tech of the ACC. I said, Shannon said, that's what people view in Cleveland County. Y'all lose 2 games and you start.
You're done.
And you're done. You start. You're done. Wearing black and listening to emo music from the early 2000s. And it just ends for the guys as soon as they lose the game too. But Terry, you got 2 losses. Used to that every year, aren't you? But the delusions of grandeurs in Chapel Hill has changed. So if you want tickets to today's Tar Heel Duke game, call 704-435
Duke
2845. Carolina Duke, the biggest rivalry ever. We can't even give away Carolina Duke tickets.
What is Duke? 3-1?
I'm just playing.
I thought it was 2-8. It's 2845.
Yes, if you want to talk to JP, it's 2845. 704-435-2845. We'll email you the tickets. You don't have to come by the station or anything like that. We'll email them to you or text them to you, send them to you as you get on the road, get in the car and go to the game. Or if you know somebody that wants to go to the game. And we'll keep the phone lines open until the end of the show. Hopefully in the next few minutes. 704-435-2845 if you want Tar Heel and Duke tickets today. You don't even have to answer a dumb question from me.
That's it. And if you're smart and you know somebody in Winston-Salem who would love to go, call us, give them to them.
What are they going to be in Winston-Salem?
Well, they're closer.
What about Chapel Hill or Raleigh or any of the other
I'm just
cities?
saying, I'm trying to get them closer there.
Well, Terry, there's always somebody on the phone like, well, I got a friend in Greensboro. He said friend in Winston-Salem, so I'm not going to call.
See what I'm saying?
How about a student or a friend down there in another game? You got some people down there. I was going to try to give him to Will last night, but in his industry, Saturday's not a good day for him to just take off all day And
is he living in Raleigh now?
Yes.
So he's officially moved there?
Well, that's what I don't know how he would describe it, but
I didn't know whether he got some temporary housing up there.
I don't know if he's watching this morning or not. But Will was watching last night. He may be sitting in the.
We miss Will.
He may be sitting.
Like Will.
If he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, he's sitting at his desk right now with us on the video and his Bluetooth speakers on.
Well,
I'm sure he's doing that.
In his earpods, doing some financing for some folks, getting him a nice something or another. But anyway, let's so 704-435-2845 704-435-2845. Talk to JP, get your name and phone number, and we'll give you a call back during the break if you want Carolina Duke tickets. First come, first serve on it right now. All right. So, Terry, back to your Wolfpack and Dabo. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that. I was supposed to do that like 30 minutes ago. Keep forgetting about it. A lot of things, busy day. And nobody's knocking down my door for the Duke Carolina game today right now, I guess. We'll talk about, predict that in a minute. But Terry, a little bit about last week. The Wolfpack beat the Tigers.
First time in
9 years?
Yeah, 8 years. I mean,
Been a
we
while.
lost to 8 straight.
Been a while.
But I'm going to be honest. When I sat there and done, and I had somebody even text me, said, my Lord, y'all need a field goal kicker. I said, well, he's the best all time at North Carolina State. So we got our best field goal kicker out there, and he keeps missing. Now, I understand the 50-yarders. Those are difficult for anybody, no matter who's trying them. And he had 2 of those, and he missed both of those, and I was like, okay, no problem. But then when it's 40-yarders, I'm like, done, this is it. Finish it. We're done. And then he misses. Tom, I sat there and I'm like, you are kidding me. And I did not get hysterical because I'm like, we've done this before. 2016, we had them beat.
Yep.
And then we blew that game, in overtime. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, you are got to be kidding me. But then when they scored, Clemson did, in the first overtime, I was like, okay, that's it. I mean, I did. But then
lost faith in your team.
Yeah, almost, because we had done this before. And I've always said, no matter who you're playing, you have opportunities. State had one in 2016. Clemson goes on to win the national title. You know, they would have had a loss. They would have not probably been playing for a national title. Maybe not. Clemson at that time probably would have got in anyway.
Right.
But here we are in 2021, and I was like, another opportunity, and we're going to blow another one.
Yeah, but they didn't. And I will say that the pass at the end of the game that would have tied it went right through the guy's hands.
Yes.
He should have had that. He should have had the catch. But I'm glad to see the Wolfpack win because I don't know.
But here's the deal: are you too high
to
last
come back
week?
and play?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Louisiana Tech's not a bad team.
No.
So if you go out there
Underrated.
today and do not play,
I think you're 20-point favorites.
well,
NC
we
State.
should be, but you got to play the game. Just on account of, we are the highest ACC ranked team they are in the poll right now.
Yeah, KTC's own Brent Pasco's going up there, having a little family trip, bringing some folks, and so they're
Brent,
going up there to
bring me
watch the
something
game.
back. Brent, you hear me, Brent?
Yeah, okay. Brent's probably indisposed, having a good time tailgating up there at NC State. Is it a noon game?
6 o'clock game.
6 o'clock, so they're going a little bit later.
He had recovered by Friday, right, Tom? I saw him yesterday. He looked like he had recovered.
Yeah, it looked like he
had a good time after the game Saturday night, Terry. So go Wolfpack for you guys. Now, with that said, Terry, sitting here looking at the rankings, they didn't. Whenever you beat a team and ranked in front of you, Tom, that's a prestige team. What they do in the opinion rankings, a lot of times, Terry, will barely put you one spot ahead of them. Yes. No, 4. 4 tickets. Yeah. But Terry, if Clemson beats State, they're ranked 8th, and if Clemson beats State by 3, they're ranked 8th, and you're an unranked.
Mm-hmm.
You beat them by 6, you're 2 spots ahead of them.
Barely.
And this is the things that we try to describe to tell these Ohio State fans and other fans that this is how it works. So if Clemson was 8th, why ain't NC State 9th or 10th right now or somewhere up in there?
Yeah, why didn't we jump?
Didn't you just switch?
But, I mean, we had a Mississippi loss that was terrible.
Well,
I mean,
that's
I'm the first
true.
one.
But again, like I said, though, if Clemson would have beat y'all an unranked team at the time, they would have remained a top 10 team.
Yeah, they would have.
Now, at the end, but if you beat them, you're not a top 10 team.
Well,
does that make any sense? Now, remember, that's like us going to high school and saying, all right, Burns beat Bessemer last night. That would make them a top 10 team. But if Bessemer could beat Burns, that would only make them a top 23 team.
Got to prove yourself. After you beat somebody, don't falter the next week.
So,
you know, I mean, that's how it is.
Look at that, Terry. The highest ranked ACC team
is State
at 23. Now, Paul Feinbaum said that Clemson is over because he said Dabo's little dynasty is over because they play in a terrible little conference.
Terrible little. I was ready to throw
Paul Feinbaum.
Yeah, I started to throw something at the television. He said they play in a terrible conference.
Hold on, is Clemson unranked?
No, they're 25th.
25th. They're 19th in the Coaches Bowl.
They've still got a lot of talent on that team.
Terry,
great defense.
Yeah. In the Coaches Poll, Clemson is 19th, and y'all ain't even ranked.
Yeah, that's when people don't understand how to use.
In the Coaches Poll. So, Terry just said, people don't understand. In the Coaches Poll.
They're scared of Dabo.
Think about that.
Dabo, if they don't rank him higher, he will cry. Do you realize the crying fit that man will have?
I mean, in the AP poll, Tom, they're 25th. Right?
I'm going to tell you somebody else who's not getting no respect, and that's Boston College, who Clemson plays today.
Aren't they like 5-0?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they play them today down in Death Valley. If you lose to Boston College, well, I mean, I want to see how far jump Boston College will go in a poll. They'll jump above State if they go down there and beat them in Death Valley.
They'll be undefeated. They'll beat them too. Yeah, they'll jump up.
At least the 15th. Wait and see. It's what's going to happen.
But like I was just saying, Tom, you know, the opinion polls are situated to where if Burns beats Bessemer City, they stay in the top 10. But if Bessemer City beats Burns, they're ranked 23. You see what I mean? Like NC State,
you should hop.
Well, Bessemer City.
It's not already happened. Oregon wasn't up top when the preseason polls. They beat Ohio State. They jumped all the way to 4th.
It all matters where you start.
Penn State's the same way.
That's the silliest. Like right now, how many weeks have we played? If you started now, Tom, you didn't do a rank till right now, would the rankings not be more accurate and better?
I would say so.
College football.
I would say so.
And that's how high school does it. High school comes out with a preseason, but then it takes them 3 weeks into the season before they come out with another poll. It's not a week after week thing unless you're looking at the max prep stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So there's your ACC standings right now. Boston College and Wake Forest. Boston College is undefeated at 4-0, and they're unranked. Wake Forest is 4-0, and they're 24th. If Clemson was 4-0 and beat all of those teams in the ACC, will they not be ranked in the top 10? So it's the whole thing, and that's one thing that bothers me. So the Alabamas will beat Mercer and beat these other teams, and Tennessee's and Vanderbilt, and be like, well, they play a tough schedule. Yeah, but they only played one competitive game. But these other ones are playing all these other competitive games, and they don't get any credit for. I don't know. I'm not saying they should be top 10, but how can you say Clemson is 8th or 9th, you lose, and the team that beat you is now 23rd and you're 25th? Now, that might be more accurate, but if Clemson's an top 8 team, why isn't State considered to be even higher than that? And you're even ranked in the coaches poll. The coaches did not rank NC State and ranked Clemson. No, it's not like they put Clemson at the end where it's close. They put Clemson at 19th, Terry.
Well, they don't want to drop them too far.
But
if they lose today,
the only team in the top 25 of 2 losses in both polls is the Clemson Tigers.
Can you imagine them? A loss today would drop them 2 and 3. They'd be 5th.
It takes Carolina and NC Terry, true or false? It takes Carolina or NC State to go undefeated to get in the top 5.
It does.
And it takes Clemson and Alabama to have 3 losses before they're even considered to be out of the top 25.
State plays.
If NC State, if NC State goes 10-1, get this, and loses to Clemson, NC State's ranked where, Terry? 15th?
Probably.
If Clemson goes 10-1 and loses to State,
they're 5th in the country.
They're up there.
Yeah. How does that make any sense?
It does not. It does not. I mean, again, State plays Louisiana Tech today. Then we have a bye week. Then we go to Boston College. So,
that'll be a tough game.
Yeah, that will be. And there's tough games left for State.
Now,
to Boston College. We still have Carolina to play a rival. And then we still have go to Wake Forest.
Now, Boston College is above you guys in the coaches poll.
They're pretty good. They are pretty good.
Coaches poll, they're at 27, and you're at 28. In the AP poll, Boston College at 26, 27, 28, 29th in the country. So,
I mean, they did beat a SEC team last week.
Yeah, for the folks on the radio, Alabama 1, Georgia 2, Oregon 3, Penn State 4, Iowa 5, Oklahoma 6, Cincinnati 7. Did you see what the Cincinnati quarterback had to say about Notre Dame?
No.
They told him it was going to be loud there, and he said, not for long.
Oh,
there you go.
So
he's not concerned.
So it's Cincinnati at Notre Dame today.
Yes, we'll talk about that. Get the preview. Arkansas moves up 8 spots. For you folks who's going to call in, we do have a winner. So winner, chicken dinner for the Tar Heel Notre Dame, Duke tickets. Ohio State down to 11, Tom. Florida at 10. Right in front of them, Notre Dame at 9. Ole Miss 12. BYU 13. Michigan 14. And Texas A&M 15. And the Fighting Fancy Chickens are in 16th place.
Yeah, right. I'm a little worried about Ohio State today on the road at Rutgers.
Ask you both you guys before we do our picks. Looking at your conferences, how does the conference look as far as making it to your conference championship games? Who are you guys looking to? Who are your picks basically in the ACC and Big Ten to be there to be able to get into these playoffs?
Well, I'd say in the West, I would have said Wisconsin, but they've got some quarterback issues.
Yeah, they do.
So I think it's going to be Iowa out of the West. And out of the East right now, if you ask me, who's playing the best ball in the East, it's Penn State or Michigan. Don't forget about Michigan State either. They're playing ball. Yeah. I mean, really, if you're looking at the way Ohio State has played, they're probably the third or fourth best team in the East based on the way they've played. And they haven't played very well, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Now, that could change, but I know you may have heard about the kid quitting the team in the middle of the game against Akron. Now, how are you going to quit in the middle of an Akron game? I mean, it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, he walked off.
Sure did. Because something, and what concerns me is deeper cultural issues. What's going on? And they've been getting a lot of talent to come there. But the thing is, if you got a bunch of 4 and 5 stars, if I'm a 4-star, well, I don't care where I'm going, I'm playing, right? I don't care if I go to Alabama, I'm playing, I'm a 5-star. And when you don't get to play, I think that causes issues. And I've coached a long time, and it only takes a couple to create a cancer in the program. Yes. And then when you've got a situation where you took your defensive coordinator and you stuck him up, and then you brought somebody else to call the defensive plays, Terry, something's not right. You know what I mean? And it's not just talent, it's chemistry. And that's what concerns me. And that's a challenge for, your head coach, Ryan Data, is when you have that, sometimes it's just beyond your control. Sometimes you just brought the wrong people together, and that's what concerns me now. I hope it gets straightened out. But Schiano has come back to Rutgers and done a good job of that program, gave Michigan a good game. So he's going to have a good game plan today. Offensive side of the ball, they're not doing much, but they're pretty good defensively. Well, let's see if Ohio State can straighten out their issues, because right now, Penn State, the big win over Auburn at home, Penn State's playing good after they were horrible last year, Terry. They were just terrible. And Michigan seems to be back. I don't think they're as good as Penn State. Really, if you told me to wage my bets right now, I would say Penn State versus Iowa in the Big Ten championship game.
Penn State versus Iowa.
I think. We'll see.
Possibility.
We'll see. I think that's a possibility. Who else can win the West? I mean, Northwestern's not going to win it. Minnesota's not going to win it. Nebraska's not going to win it. Wisconsin's not going to win it. So, I mean, Iowa has been playing pretty good football. I think they're still undefeated. What's Iowa ranked? You just told us.
Fifth.
Yeah.
So I would say Iowa, Penn State, 4 or 5. And as much as I hate it, because Ohio State's been so dominant and I've been spoiled for a long time, the rest of the football world is enjoying this because they're getting to see Clemson struggling, Ohio State not what they've been in recent years, and this has opened the door for some new teams, which really that's what makes the NFL great, right?
Right. While you were saying that, that was kind of in my mind, Tom. About
that's what makes it. I hate it because I love it when my team dominates.
Well, you say that, then New England wins how many ever. But again, if you only knew going into the season that only basically 6 to 8 teams had a chance, or and again, as someone who's not a fan of the sport, because of some of this, I would say, well, not only can only those 6 to 8 teams win, it's part of it is because of voting. Of NC State has to start off from down here to get to number 1, and then Alabama can they can lose. You can if Alabama or Clemson loses in week 1, they'll say early season loss. It doesn't matter. NC State loses in week 1, then runs the table. They're like, well, they lost to Syracuse.
Yeah, we're done.
It doesn't matter, and that's what's not fair or like about sports.
That's why it should be automatic conference champion, Power 5, automatic. You go plus. Well, there's Power 5, right? 5 conference champions, and then
last year in our poll,
3 others.
Last year in the playoff we made, and I was gonna bring it back. I think I'm gonna bring it back this week. Is we had the 2 teams that made the conference championship game, automatic bids.
Yeah,
the winners, of course, get the top 5 seeds. The winner, then the champion of the Power 5, so that gives you 15, and then you have 1 at large to make somebody happy.
And they'll fight over that. But fighting over number 16 is a little different than fighting over number 2.
Right.
You know?
Or 4. Or now, 4, then the other people make the case, and Terry, you did last week a little bit, is that no matter who Alabama plays besides maybe Georgia, they might win by 20 or 40 or whatever.
Well, they didn't beat Florida by 20. I mean, Florida made it a close game.
They made it, but it was like 20-3.
21-3, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying at once. So, I mean, do you keep the younger guys motivated to keep playing like that? And when they got up 21-3, they kind of let down, probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, let's make some picks. You already make some picks?
Sure. I want to be famous.
Now, Tom, I was wanting to let you know in college, I'm up 3-1 now.
Yeah, I know. I've got to make a move.
What's the overall record?
I've got it.
I don't want to know. Like, you can beat me by one game in 3
we go
weeks.
week to week in college, and we go head to head in the NFL. I mean, we pick so many in college. Yeah, but we pick. Like,
all right, here we
go.
Well, we're going to try to. We're only going to pick as many as we do in the. We're trying to pick no more than 20. 20 is the limit.
Okay.
Arkansas.
How about this?
Razorbacks at Georgia Bulldogs. The Bulldogs.
Look at this.
Favored by 16.5. Now, think about
Shouldn't
this.
be that big.
Let's. No. So this is how I want to look. The difference between 2 and 8 is 16.5. Now let me scroll down here. I saw one earlier. The difference between 3 and unranked in the Pac-12 is 7. The difference between 2 and 8 is 16. The difference between 3 and unranked is 7.
Yeah. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if they got rid of the national rankings.
I don't know how.
I really.
The reason they do it is because they can sit here and look at no matter what game time. You got 25 games. You say Louisville upset Wake Forest today. So and it's the 24th ranked team. They can be 27th. Like, is that in the NFL? Do we come on and say, "Hey guys, the Detroit Lions upset the Houston Texans today"? Should we get excited? So let's storm the field. Charlotte beat Duke.
Yeah, I know.
But this is scary because when you are 16.5 point favorite, or what are you really saying? Because how many people are jumping for Arkansas right now?
On the bets? Yeah. Who wouldn't be?
Watch Georgia beat them by more than
I
that.
bet Georgia win by 40 because of that.
Or 3 touchdowns
Vegas
to
knows
beat
something.
that. Yeah, they've got to know something.
16.5. So, Terry, does that mean you're picking Pick Suey?
I'm going Georgia because
Do they cover too? Let's add that
I'm
to
gonna
it.
say
It's so
yes.
big.
I'm gonna say they cover that because
I don't think so.
Mm.
I think that
Terry
Arkansas is
smells
still a little
some
underrated.
fish in the water with the veterans.
Arkansas has been down for a while, man.
They
I'm just
have.
telling
But
you,
here's
they've
your
been down for a
opportunity.
while.
Are you too pumped to play this game in Georgia?
This is like NC State going to Clemson, right? No.
I like Georgia at home.
Tommy
You
goes.
gonna cover?
I don't think they'll cover. I think
You
it's a
say
lot
no.
of points.
I'll say yes.
Beautiful day, 70 degrees.
So the dogs chase down the Razorbacks. All right. The Wolverines of Michigan 4-0. Look at this. 4-0, 14th in the nation against a 1-2 team, and they're favored by 2.
I got Michigan.
Yeah, I think Michigan goes in there and beats them.
I am highly surprised those Arkansas-Georgia tickets aren't more expensive. They're only $80 right now. Michigan and Wisconsin, $29. Louisville, big matchup here against Wake Forest. 7-point favorites at home. $16 at Truist Field in Winston-Salem today.
Wake Forest pretty good. I'm taking them.
Yeah, Wake Forest. Excuse me.
It's all right. Cincinnati.
Here you go.
At Notre Dame. Bearcats. Favored by 2. Terry, if we got in a time machine, went back to
Cincinnati favored by 2.
92.
Wow.
And I showed up at your house, Terry, on Saturday morning and said in 2021, the Cincinnati Bearcats would be favored at Notre Dame. What would you have said to me?
Well, I'd probably tell you you're wrong. That's why I'm taking Notre Dame.
I like Notre Dame at home.
Oh, all right. Now, since y'all both picked Notre Dame and the Cincinnati quarterback did that talking, y'all know you're already getting double clipped next week if Cincinnati wins. That's going to be a combo. He's going to make an appearance in our bad picks next
He's
week.
also having a hard time. I mean, think about it. He's going into a big-time stadium. Now that he's made his remarks.
Show a little respect.
Yeah.
Show a little respect.
Yeah.
He's not scared of the Leprechauns. Ole Miss.
If they get beat, he will.
At Alabama, spread is 14.5 for Alabama Crimson Tide.
Alabama.
Is that Lane Kiffin?
Yes. Yes.
He's going to have
might
that
cover the spread.
He's going to have that.
He might.
Nick Saban. He ain't lost to his former people. Or
That was a wild
had.
game last year.
I didn't say he's going to lose.
There was a ton of points, and there was some grumbling about some of the stealing of the signals or something.
Yeah.
You know, I remember that. But Nick Saban, he needs to shut up.
Number 3, Oregon. At number 0, Stanford. Oregon's only favored by a touchdown in Stanford, California.
I like Oregon in this
I
game.
got the same. Oregon.
All right, Terry, they've been squeaking by. Number 6, Oklahoma at Kansas State.
On the road.
Bill Snyder Stadium, 59 degrees. Oklahoma's favored by 11.5, $38.
Yeah, and they've been talking about them all week, about they're not able to run the ball. And will they be able to run it against Kansas State? I'm going to tell you what. The place is going to be pumped. Oklahoma's coming to town, but they are the big dogs out of there, so I'm taking Oklahoma.
I'm going to take Kansas State in a mild upset. They're tough at home.
Mild upset. Unranked beating 6, Tom.
Yeah, but
That's gotta be a huge upset.
Oklahoma is not the 6th best team in the
11
country.
points.
No, they're not that good.
They're not the 6th best team in the country.
All right. Florida's at Kentucky this weekend. $66. By 7.5, the Gators are favored, but Kentucky undefeated right now at Kroger Field in Lexington.
Well, they will be defeated after this game.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. They'll be defeated. Florida.
Time y'all are dismissive like that. I wonder if that's going to make the cut next week.
I am dismissing Kentucky.
What kind of a football
Kitties.
program do they have? None. Okay.
Wildcats, more like the domestic Kitties.
Yeah.
They've won the same number of national championships
Yeah,
as the Wolfpack have.
The domestic Kitties.
Bring the little chickens in.
All right, I don't know where we're going with this. Burgundy Bowl, Mississippi State at Texas A&M. If
This
you want
is
to
ugly,
gouge your eyes out, A&M favored by 7.
I like A&M at home to bounce back. Mississippi State, I picked you, and you lost. So I picked the Cowbells. They were at home, Terry, and they let me down. So I'm picking against you. I'm taking the Aggies this week.
I'm going to take the Aggies. I mean, they're better defensively than a lot of people, but their offense is terrible. But I'm going to take them to beat Mississippi State.
The Baylor Bears, and what was maybe the ugliest uniforms I've about ever seen last week, and the all mustard yellows, are undefeated, as is think about this. Baylor and Oklahoma State sitting there undefeated, Terry, and Clemson's 2-2, and still the coach has got them at 19.
Yeah.
These two teams are 19 and 21.
I know. I like the Fighting Van Gundys at home, the Fighting Mullets.
That's who I got, Oklahoma State.
All right. Scroll down a little bit more. Clemson. Now, this one, we'll pick this one. How about 4-0? Boston College at 2-2 Clemson. 15-point spread after losing to State, Terry. Talk about no respect for the Eagles of Boston College. The bettors and the coaches say Clemson's going to blow out the Eagles today at Memorial Stadium. But good news is, to get down there, $16, Shannon. Shannon, $16. You can go down there and see him.
Really?
Yeah. Who wants to watch Boston college football? Tom, what you got? Do the Eagles upset?
Do I go with the Fighting Sweeneys? I don't know. I don't feel comfortable picking this game.
Or does Clemson cover?
But they're at home, right?
Yeah, Clemson.
Okay, well, I think they'll win, but I do not think they'll cover because they just don't score enough points to cover a 16-point spread. I mean, they haven't proved the ability to consistently score all year. Struggled against Georgia Tech, struggled against Georgia.
Okay, Tom, I'm going to go opposite. And I'm kind of scared. I'm going to take Boston College on the road, but here's my deal. I think it's going to come down to the very end, and it's not on Clemson this time. It's on Boston College. Can you make a big play when you've got to make one? I've seen other teams go down there and blow it at Death Valley. When they have Syracuse did it a few years back. Had Clemson beat, all they had to do is make a play, and they faltered. Boston College, you got to make a play at the end. I'm going to take Boston College, but it's scary because Clemson's defense is good.
Yeah, I think you just gave me one back there. They're not going to go into Death Valley and beat them, Terry.
Probably not, but you got to have opportunities. Here's your opportunity. Again.
It is a big opportunity for Boston College.
Cat Scratch Fever Tiger Bowl. Auburn at LSU in Baton Rouge. 3 points is LSU favorites over the 22nd ranked Auburn. Tommy.
Give me LSU at home. They're tough at home. Auburn's had the loss at Penn State, but that's a very good Penn State team. I like LSU to hold serve at home.
I'm going to take LSU also playing at home.
Biggest thing I don't like about LSU or Auburn, really, in fact, them two, kind of both of them, I'm not a fan of white helmets, one. I also don't like the letters on there, and the LSU and Auburn could have such sweet helmets or do something with the tiger or do something, and LSU's got purple and yellow, beautiful colors that go together.
LSU's got a tiger on the helmet.
And it's one that was drawn in 1965 by.
Has he got more vicious now?
No, I don't know what. I'm just saying, like he could have been big, he could get bigger.
I mean, he'd probably about the same way they look back in.
Look it up, Terry. Terry might be the best joke you've ever made.
All right.
The drawing has not been updated, Terry. If you've ever seen the Denver Broncos logo, trust me, they get updated.
Yeah, it does.
The horses. All right, Arizona State. Sun Devils 3-1 at the UCLA Bruins, who are 3-1. UCLA favored by 3.
Is old Herm still coaching Arizona State?
Yes, he is.
You know, Herm's probably going to have a pretty good game plan to go in there, Los Angeles, but he's going to get beat. Give me UCLA at home.
Good job. I got UCLA also.
Fresno State at Hawaii.
Well, look at Iowa last
Fresno State favored by 11 in Hawaii.
We're picking a Fresno State Hawaii game?
Yeah.
18th ranked team.
Yeah, there you go. I'm taking Fresno State. Mine's easy.
Tom, y'all play today?
Rutgers.
Yeah, y'all lose today. Fresno State's going to be ranked above them, so be careful there, Chief.
Probably.
All right, BYU out Utah State.
Who?
Do y'all remember who won that game?
Tom.
Oh, yeah,
I took Fresno.
Do y'all remember who y'all picked in that one? Because I didn't get it on bad picks. I made them
Which
the day
one was
before.
it?
BYU Utah State from last week.
I took BYU. Yeah, Tom took Utah State.
So you just looked to see who wins, and
I
that's the
remember
one
that.
you went with?
Yeah.
He can easily pick him out of a crowd sometimes. How many games is that, Terry? How many more you need?
It's only 14 total.
So you got 6 more.
We're not picking the Ohio State game.
Duke, North Carolina. No, who y'all playing favored by like 70?
No, we're playing Rutgers. Only favored by 2 touchdowns at Rutgers.
We'll get back to it.
Make sure you get that one in our picks.
I mean,
all right, Terry.
Duke couldn't beat Charlotte. So.
Terry, you got Rutgers.
See, here it is.
Okay,
Man.
Duke is at North Carolina.
This is scary.
19.5 point spread.
Duke is 3-1. That's what I thought. Didn't Duke lose to Charlotte?
They did?
Yeah, think of that. What if Duke beats Carolina? Holy mackerel.
If Duke beats Carolina, then North Carolina will never play Charlotte. I just guarantee that.
Tar Heels mark off everybody that beats them off the list until they find somebody they can beat.
I'm going with Carolina.
Yeah, me too.
They're at home. Big favorites, 20 points.
If they lose, I will not be mad.
Yeah, I won't either.
I mean, a 2-3 team, 1-3 in the conference. Think of that.
Terry, last weekend, unranked Wake Forest, unranked North Carolina State, Appalachian State, unranked Duke, unranked ECU, unranked Charlotte with wins. Number 21, North Carolina, took the L. The only team in the state that anybody ever talks about or gives any credit to for doing anything took the L. 2-2. Terry,
And
the
then
Blue
the
Devils
guy-
going to beat the Tar Heels in Chapel Hill.
I took Carolina.
So did I.
Your Coastal Carolina, you know them people come out, we're the best team in the state.
The Fighting
Dude,
Chickens.
you mean the
it
best
might
team in
be.
the Carolinas?
Yeah,
Might
not
be the best team in the
state. That's the
Carolinas.
wrong state.
They're
Terry.
ranked above Clemson right now.
They are.
They are.
You are right. They are the best team in the state.
They're the best team in the Carolinas.
That's why the coaches.
They're the
poll-
highest ranked team in the
I bet.
Carolinas.
I wonder if I pull the coaches poll up, they've got Clemson. If Coastal's behind Clemson. I need to
Clemson's
look that
behind.
up.
Yeah, they are.
Clemson is behind them in the coaches
Yeah,
too. Okay,
they
I was just
better
wondering
be.
if they snuck them up there, and that's the reason
Yeah,
why.
because they've been like, between 16
All right, Big
to
Ten,
18.
Minnesota, Purdue. We got to finish. We got a couple more to finish up so we get the NFL. Minnesota at Purdue. Purdue 2.5 favorites, $11.
Purdue at home.
Purdue also.
How about Texas at Texas Christian? The Longhorns step on the Horny Frogs. Longhorns favored by 4.
Let me tell you something. Horny Frogs. You let me down last week.
Lord.
You let me down. Texas goes in there and beats them.
Hey, I got the same thing. I'm not picking on a team that just scored 35 and gave up 70.
All right, that's a good enough. Tom, you want to talk about the Buffalo women in Western Michigan this week? You want to go on down?
I don't want to talk about
All
that.
right.
Three more.
App State at Georgia State.
Ooh.
Now, who did Georgia State beat last week for their first
They beat
win?
Charlotte a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only win they had. But they played a good game last week against somebody.
Auburn.
Yeah.
They about beat Auburn last
Sure
week.
did. Matter of fact, had them be the last play of the game.
So Georgia State beat Charlotte, almost beat Auburn.
Played Carolina tough, too.
They played Tar Heels tough, and they're hosting App. App's offense is we're going to try to run the ball and play defense. That's the name of the game. We're not slinging all around the world. Terry, I don't know. I expect a win. I'll put it that way. They should win. They better win. But this feels like one of those trap games. That 10-point spread, I don't know about that with the way that as good as Georgia State's been playing an App. His offense isn't really explosive or anything. Terry?
This is scary because, Georgia State has played teams tough that are ranked. And I'm going to give you one here, Tom, if you want to go the other way. I'm going to take Georgia State to win.
Every time
Bad
every time I pick against Appalachian State, they win, except for Miami. So my Appalachian State's pretty battle tested, and even though their fans annoy me, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, Appalachian State goes to Georgia State and wins.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. How many more, Terry?
Two more.
Two more. Fighting Chicken's favored by 33.
No, we don't need
No,
that.
you don't need none of that. That's a close
Well,
one.
there's one. Ohio State and Rutgers.
Oh, God. All right, how about Troy at South Carolina? The Gamecocks only favored by 6.5 today at Williams-Brice.
Troy's been tough for a lot of teams.
Okay, go ahead and take Troy.
No.
Oh, I took South Carolina.
South Carolina.
All right, final one. Texas Tech at West Virginia. West Virginia favored by 7 at home over the Rambling Wreck.
West Virginia tough at home. I'm telling you, Morgantown, West Virginia, tough place to play. Texas Tech got clobbered last week. Let's go with the Mountaineers.
That's where I'm going. West Virginia.
All right, folks, that's our NCAA picks guaranteed to be not good. No, I don't. Well, Terry didn't give us your percentages, so I don't know if y'all were making money last week or not. If you'd have.
Oh, we both made money. We both were over the top.
Yeah.
Well,
we
okay.
made money.
All right. Well, we'll be back in just a few moments on Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram and Friendship Nissan Sports Talk, Saturday Morning Sports Talk, KDCBroadcasting.com.
Question: where do you buy a used car with a lifetime warranty? The answer is Friendship in Forest City. Friendship has lifetime warranty on new and used cars. Unlimited time, unlimited miles. That's Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City.
Just arrived at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. A big shipment of scratch and dented refrigerators. They're all sizes and all prices, and there's one right there for you. Come get your new refrigerator today. Plus save $2 on your new mattress set. That's Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left coming back. Visit the website at HendrickAppliance.com. See their page at WhatsUpShopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Hi, this is Casey Kasem with an invitation to join me this weekend when we open up the AT40 vaults. We're going to rebroadcast one of our original countdowns from the 1970s, just the way it was back then. I hope you can make it for a very special way back replay of American Top 40, the 70s, right here.
Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock on The Boss, your beach oldies and sports stations.
If you've been thinking about purchasing a storage shed or building, now's the time at Sheila Sheds in Cherryville and Shelby. Sheila Sheds is having a big sale on all Old Hickory buildings. You can save hundreds of dollars and more. Come see their selection. And don't forget about Sheila Sheds for carports, horse barns, garages, and more. Sheila Sheds, 2014 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby and 2261 Lincoln Highway, the East in Cherryville. Like them on Facebook, too.
November 2nd is Election Day in Cherryville. My name is Jeff Cash, and I'm requesting your support and vote as mayor of Cherryville. I have over 40 years of service in municipal government. A vote for Jeff Cash is not a vote for a politician. It's a vote for servant leadership. Please elect a mayor with leadership skills, integrity, vision, passion, and experience. Please visit my website for more information at www.jeffcash4mayor.com. On November 2nd, please cast your vote for Jeff Cash for mayor of Cherryville, a vote for the future.
Paid for by the committee to elect Jeff Cash for mayor.
There she is.
Cody? So you didn't get what I told you to?
Dad, I did my research.
Let's see what he can do. Not bad.
What do you think?
Not bad. Not bad.
So?
He likes it.
I knew he would.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, Highway 27 West intersection in Vail. You know, most car dealers at this time have a very limited inventory, but that's not the case at Classic Volkswagen of Gastonia, with the largest selection of new inventory in the Charlotte-Gastonia area. See their friendly sales staff today with over 30 years of Volkswagen experience. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on selected models. That's Classic Volkswagen, 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at classicvwgastonia.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. Tom, you want to talk about our friends?
And want to remind our listeners that Saturday Morning Sports Talk is brought to you by Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge at 190 Oak Street Extension in Forest City. Call them at 828-919-3001. And Friendship Nissan at 156 Oak Street Extension in Forest City, 828-245-1661. Thank you for sponsoring Saturday Morning Sports Talk.
So Terry and Tom, couple of our salesmen from New York. One of them, one of the salesmen's from New York State, Upper New York, Terry, and he texted me the other day, and he came in the other day. We was talking about it, and he said he likes to pick on people. He's talking to other guy. He said there was a guy in one of the stores talking about the New York teams aren't any good this year, and he said, the only New York team there is in first place. Correct?
Yeah.
The only New York team there is in the NFL is in first place. The other two teams from New Jersey are 0-6. That's what he said. He said, so the Buffalo Bills are 2-1. The team from New York is 2-1. Those teams from New Jersey, not his state, are 0-6, Terry. So that was his that's his comment, and that I said
pretty
that
clever. Yeah.
3 or 4 days later, Tom, Fox Sports tweets out, "Tough time to be New York fans," and they showed the pictures of the Giants and Jets at 0-3. Well, the Buffalo Bills responded, "Is it really a tough time to be a New York fan?"
It is time.
The Bills responded back to Fox Sports after Fox calling the New Jersey Jets and the New Jersey Giants the New York teams. Isn't it weird? Isn't that just so weird? They're in New Jersey, and they call themselves New York, which everybody gets. Okay, fine. But then, Terry, the folks in New York pretend that those are the New York teams and Buffalo isn't. They call Buffalo the Canadian team. They call them the Canadian team.
Because that's how everybody looks at them. If you take kids and you say New York Jets, New York Giants,
right,
every kid's going to think it.
That's good. It's.
I mean, that's just how it's thought of.
Hey, if you want to know how NFL owners are, how Jerry Jones is, just look at New York Jets and Giants explains everything. We make all this money. We're in this big. We're supposed to be in this big city, biggest town, greatest city in the world. The city's so great, Tom. We won't even put our stadium there, and we're so cheap. We share a stadium in New Jersey.
Yeah,
there's plenty of real estate in New York to put a football team, put a football stadium.
You know, the way people are renting trucks to move out of New York, there should be plenty of cheap real estate available in the state of New York.
You'd think you'd move out there, out, somewhere out of the city. Trevor Lawrence has lost 2 games in his football career after leading by double digits, both to Joe Burrow. He lost Thursday Night Football after losing in the playoffs.
So the Texans won that game? It was the Jaguars and Texans, wasn't it?
Jaguars and Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals came back and won. Mm-hmm. Okay. After they were up 2 touchdowns?
Wow. Two double digits.
14-0.
Okay.
It might have been, yeah.
So Jacksonville was up in the game. I was busy Thursday. I was like, who played Thursday? So the Bengals are 3-1?
They sure are.
Yes.
Wow.
So, Tom, back up 4 weeks, all the predictions in every paper, anything. If they would have had, after Thursday Night Football, October 2nd, Saturday morning, Bengals are in first place at 3-1, what would you have said about that?
Well, the soft schedule helps them.
We're going to talk a lot about soft schedules today.
Yeah.
Starting off here early. The other little quick stat I've got for you. Let's see. That was Jets. Jaguars 0-4. Urban Meyer having a tough time. What? And everybody wants to talk about Urban Meyer's fault. If you got the number 1 pick, you inherited a bad team. That's one thing that. And then Gruden now we're in year 4 or 5. We're finally starting to get the players together, and you got to replace some guys.
But
to bring some good guys in. But
coach, can he put himself in as a Pete Carroll or somebody like that? That's the difference.
See, but what people don't understand about Pete Carroll is he was a pro guy, then a college guy, then a pro guy. Right. So he wasn't a college guy that went pro. It's different.
And talking to grown men is different than talking to college students with parents involved and things like that. And then also, moving up in the NFL, like you said, it's more competitive every week. It's every week is cutthroat, do or die, people playing for their jobs, and not like that in college. Hopefully they give him the 3 or 4 years and he just doesn't quit after 1 or 2 and gives it the old college try. Like Saban, he was out before giving any type of try. I'm going to quit and I'm going to go to Alabama. So everybody can think about it. If he had got any other job than Alabama, would we be talking about how great a coach Nick Saban is? Would we? If he had went to South Carolina like Steve Spurrier did and didn't win anything, would we be talking about how great
some
Nick Saban
people
is?
just know what to say to those college kids and get them to come to the school. That's it. And he knows how to manage it.
And some schools have bigger pocketbooks.
He knows how to manage, and I'll give him credit for that because that's key. Because in college, you get 10 number 1 draft picks every year. And in the pros, you don't. So if you can manage it, you can be successful.
All right. Most wins at Gillette Stadium, Tom, since 2002, since it opened. Tom Brady, of course, with the most. Who do you think has the second most wins at Gillette?
Quarterback?
Since 2002, yeah.
Quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Cam Newton with 6 since 2002. Matt Castle, 4. Pennington, 3.
For the Jets.
Garoppolo, 2. And then the other quarterbacks was 2 wins in Gillette, which means they didn't actually play for the Patriots like those other quarterbacks did in Pennington. Joe Flacco, Peyton Manning, and Brett Favre with the wins. No matter what list you draw up, Tom, Joe Flacco ends up on it.
Somewhere.
and nobody's putting him into any top 25 list for anything. But if you make up a list of any facts,
he'll be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's won the Super Bowl. I think he'll.
I hope so. Maybe. All right, let's do our picks for the day. Any other or thoughts on last week's games? How about Kansas City giving up 30-something points a game basically right now? And Tom, the Browns, we're the only team that can't beat them.
Well, we're the only team that has a punter can't catch a snap.
That's true, too.
I mean, and Nick Chubb, Mr. Reliable. Mr. If Nick Chubb has the ball, I'm relaxed.
If they gave
Nick
him the ball,
Chubb fumble.
If they gave him the ball 50 times and no one else touched the ball the rest of the game, I'd be happy.
I'm fine with that. And I still have faith in Nick Chubb. And it's just Nick Chubb doesn't fumble. You know, he just doesn't fumble. And then he fumbled.
Yeah.
And the punter, it's like, look, get some gloves and get a haircut and start taking this seriously and catch the snap. You know, I mean,
the first thing is always get a haircut when somebody messes up.
Get a haircut, man. Get a haircut. I mean, I understand. Well, get a haircut. Take it serious. I mean, I know he's from Scotland, so he doesn't understand Cleveland and the culture, but it's like, look, man, you can't do that to us. We've waited too long for I'm gonna watch my mouth. A punter to drop the snap. Come on, punter. Get out of here.
All right, Terry. Cowboys win Monday Night Football, and the stat of the night, I can't get over this, is where these teams are going. Tom, if I told you the game plan was, in tonight's ball game against the Cowboys, we're going to rush 3 times. We're going to hand the ball off 3 times tonight.
Is that all they did?
That is all they did. One of them was a reverse to a wide receiver. I think. I don't even know who this kid is. I just made that last part.
Well, I think they're starting to realize they overpaid on Zeke Elliott.
No, not Dallas. Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Philly.
Okay, my fault.
In the loss.
Okay, my fault. Sorry.
They threw Jalen Hurts 39 times.
Okay.
He ran it 9. So they had 48 Jalen Hurts plays. They handed it to Miles Sanders twice, handed it to Kenneth Gainwell once. They handed the ball off to someone 3 times in a football game. I don't know if I've ever seen that, period. Even if you're running up the score in the gun offense and you win, you take a knee, 2 or 3 knees at the end or something.
Where did Peterson go when they fired him? Is he a coordinator somewhere?
I don't know. Doug Peterson?
Yeah. So, but you fire him and then you hire this guy who's going to do stuff like that.
3 handoffs.
Really? Shouldn't you maybe have kept Peterson? After all, he did kind of.
And I'm sure Terry,
blew a game.
I'm sure Terry, you didn't mind one bit.
Well, I mean, Dallas's defense has got better. They're not the top-notch defense, but they're getting better every week.
He's still Peterson, head coach in 2020, so I guess he's nowhere now. But yeah, Terry, have you ever seen that 3 handoffs ever in any? I know we've never talked about it, but that'd be something I'd like to look up.
Well, I guess it's one of them things when you go back and look what Dallas did against Tampa Bay. It was more of Dak than Elliott. When that was very few, but not no 3.
No, it's been, and Dallas ran the ball 17 and 11, so 28 carries just between those two. You hand it off to whoever Corey Clement is 3 times. Mm-hmm. Corey Clement got as many carries, Tom, as the whole Philadelphia offense. The 3rd string running back for Dallas. CeeDee Lamb.
He came from the Giants, I think.
So
Corey Clement.
I don't. Philadelphia. I honestly, Terry, are they? And I'll see what you think. You can tell me I'm wrong or not. And they got Joe Flacco and Gardner Minshew on the bench. There are rumors this week of trading for Deshaun Watson. Why is Jalen Hurts even in the ball game?
Well,
if you're only going to hand the ball off 3 times and let him throw it, because Gardner Minshew and Joe Flacco, I'd rather either one of them throw it 35 times than I would Jalen Hurts.
And probably your more established would be putting Flacco in anyway.
If they're trying to win and make the playoffs, you would play Flacco for a few games, see if you won games, and if something went wrong with him, still Gardner Minshew is like, his stats are ridiculous for him to be a third string and not even getting to play, period. And I don't get it. Let's talk a little defense real quick, and we were talking about soft schedules. I picked on Will last night, though, when he called Tom. I don't know if you heard. He said, I said, I don't know if I would ever pull for any team that lost to Jameis Winston 38-3.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Broncos, Terry, give up 8 points on the season. They're 3-0. The teams they've beat, Tom, are combined 0-9.
Yeah. I listened to that game because
Fool's gold in Denver,
we do a little eliminator competition, and to try to pick a team who won't lose every week. And this time my pick was the Denver Broncos.
And is it one of them things that you cannot pick them again?
Right, you can't pick them again. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of fun. So you can pick them once, can't pick them again. But see, a good pick is who's ever playing the Jets and who's ever playing the Jaguars.
You want to save that one.
You gotta want to save that one. But that was mine because they were at home and the Jets came across the country. But I tell you what, I'm happy to see Bridgewater having some success out there. No, they haven't beaten anybody yet. Kevin's right. But Bridgewater, I tell you, he's kind of like a Tyrod Taylor.
Yep.
Just want to see the guy, or Tyrod Taylor. Lee Corso misnamed him years ago, and it stuck with him. But I'd like to see those guys have success. I hated to see Tyrod go out of the Cleveland game. Yeah. I mean, he was playing well. It's kind of good for us. He might have beat us if he kept playing. But those guys kind of get no respect, and I think that Bridgewater's getting a little respect. See if he can keep it. See if he can beat a good team. Let's not get too excited until. Same with the Bengals. They haven't really beaten a good team, and a bad Chicago team beat them. So, let's see if you can beat a good team.
Well, just, looking at the defenses so far, and keep these in mind, remember, the top 12 defenses won 50 of 55 Super Bowls. Here's your top 12 as of right now, and you, of course, remember who you've played. Broncos 1 at 9 points a game. Panthers 2 at 10. Saints 3, Bills 4, Patriots 5, Bengals 6, Browns 7, Chargers 8, Rams 9, Eagles 10. Talking about teams that you've played and who have you played, Terry? Panthers got 3 wins over Jets, Saints, and Texans. And you said last week Dallas is going to win like 7 straight games or something like that.
Be 8-1.
They're going to be 8-1. Are you sticking with your Cowboys winning this week? We'll start there over the Carolina Panthers.
I am, because I don't think Carolina can score enough points. Their defense is okay, but Dallas is going to score, and I don't think Carolina's offense is prolific of scoring over 24 points a game. So there's my deal. Dallas will score 30.
All right, Terry, and Tom, the spread is 4 points. Panthers at Cowboys. Tommy.
At home, I like the Cowboys to beat the Panthers, and especially McCaffrey. No McCaffrey, right?
No,
McCaffrey's out.
No, he's out.
Oh yeah.
So that's got to go with Dallas there.
Well, Terry, Shannon said Panthers are going 3 and however many McCaffrey's out. So that's his prognosis.
He's got here. They losing here
on that. So Dallas, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys to win this week. Y'all lose to Sam Darnold and no McCaffrey. I don't know what to tell you. All right, scroll back up. Washington football team in Atlanta. Matt Ryan and Washington. Matt Ryan gets I don't know. He gets no respect. They are 1.5 point dogs at home in the Dome against Tyler Heineke and the Washington football team. Terry.
I'm gonna go Atlanta on my pick.
That's a tough pick. Both these teams are just, you can't really tell.
Yeah.
Let's go with Washington to get the win on the road.
Falcons at home. I believe I'll take Matt Ryan over whoever Washington's going to start at quarterback. I mean, I'm just Matt Ryan. Whatever, at home. Up, yeah. Texans at Buffalo. Buffalo favored by 17 in Orchard Park today. That's a huge NFL number. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
No, it's rare. And that is my eliminator this week.
I'm going Bills win, so.
Bills.
Terry?
Buffalo.
All right. The Detroit Lions, 0-3 at the 1-2 Chicago Bears. Now, Tom, I told you they weren't going to let Justin Fields in. Now, this may be the game in hell this week. This is one of my nominations. Lions at Bears. Terry.
This is tough.
People are paying, believe it or not, $87 to see this game.
I know he keeps coming out saying Andy Dalton still is number one quarterback. You know, this is a guy that was a backup in Dallas. Don't get me wrong, I like Andy Dalton. I wish he was still a backup in Dallas. The Lions find a way to lose.
His backup's completing like 30% of his passes. So, I mean, there's a reason he keeps saying Andy Dalton's the starter. Andy Dalton, Terry, real quick, I think he's second in the league or third in completion percentage right now.
Yeah, I'm going to take Chicago.
Yeah, I think Chicago's defense and Nagy's on the hot seat after his, shall we say, not the best game plan against the Browns.
I need to know who's starting.
And Myles Garrett had 4.5 sacks because they weren't giving any help on the trying to block him with one guy. You can't block Myles Garrett with one guy. Not when you got Clowney and some of the other guys.
Well, you can block him if you got a back there that's going to pick up the slack if he gets by him, but they had nobody in the backfield.
Tell me a running back who's going to block Myles Garrett.
Yeah, there's no. Well, he's got to have help. The big guy can't hold him. You got to have somebody just to stubble for a second.
All right, it says game time. Well, they're paying Zeke Elliott $16 million a year. Yeah. You better figure out how to block him.
And that's what he's doing, blocking.
It says game time decision as of right now between Dalton and Fields. I'm going the Lions to get their first win. Surely to God, as I always pick them to be eliminated before the season starts, surely to God they're not going to start 0-4 with Goff. All right, I'll go Lions. All right, we did Panthers and Cowboys. All right, here's the other game. Colts at Dolphins. This is nominated for the game in hell this weekend. Dolphins favored by 2.5 at home.
Yeah, I like them at home.
I like the Dolphins at home.
Wentz is playing? They said 2 sprained ankles. That's not.
He's always been kind of a porcelain doll, though.
Brissett's starting, right, Terry?
Yeah. Well, we went over that last week. I mean, once you get hurt, and then it's continuous. I mean, I don't know whether this guy ever play a full season in the NFL at any time.
I'll go Dolphins with a win. Jacoby Brissett at home as well. This is a tough game. Might be the game of the week. Best game of the week we see. Browns at Vikings. Browns favored by 2 on the road. The Vikings, folks, they're 1-2, but I've picked them every week. They're those team. I think they can play with any. They can play with any team. Like, you're not going to pick someone and say, I hear this team, they're definitely beating the Vikings. But they're kind of like Dallas here. They can play with anybody. If they have a good defense, they're going to give teams runs. So I don't know about this one, Tom. I'll let you give your insight thoughts real quick.
Well, if the Browns defense can play like they did against Chicago, but at the same time, the schematics of what Chicago was doing was just doomed from the start. So I don't know if that says more about the Browns defense, which did play well. I mean, they had 9 sacks. How are you going to have a game plan where you give up 9 sacks in a pro game? It's a pro game. It's a pro game. That can't happen. I'm going to be a homer and pick the Browns, but I'm going to tell you, man, it's going to be a tough game at Minnesota. It's going to be a tough game.
And I'm going to stick with you, Tom. I'm going to go with Cleveland also.
If they can get the offense going and the defense can build on that momentum.
But Cousins is pretty good. I mean, he's
Greg Newsome out for the Browns, and he's played well. I think Greedy Williams is going to be in there at cornerback. So Browns have got some injuries, especially on their offensive line. They gave up 4 or 5 sacks last week.
Tom,
but their offensive line's banged up.
Be quiet. You keep talking, and I'm about ready to
okay.
Y'all both have picked. Every time y'all both pick a team, it always scares me because I don't like picking 3 across the board. While Tom was going on a soliloquy, I was trying to pull up the Vikings defense to see what I thought.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was a talk show.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll just stand here and look at the camera. Hi, guys. I'm Tom. I stand here and just look at the camera.
Somebody's got to be the pretty face of the show.
Just smile and nod, Tom. Smile and
All
nod.
right, so the Vikings are giving up 119 yards a game, so that's good for Cleveland. On the turf, we should score 30-something on them, but they might score 32 unless we get to them. Let's go Cleveland and a squeaker at the end. How about that? Gosh.
All right, across the board, the Browns. So you know they're going to lose now.
I didn't want to do it.
Now they're going to lose.
I picked Minnesota every week.
Yeah.
All right. It's not that I think they're the best team. I like their matchups. I'm not like scared of them or anything. Saints, this is Jameis at home against Daniel Jones. And, people like Drew Brees and Romo sitting in the studios at home have to be watching games like this saying,
could be playing.
Gardner Minshew and Joe Flacco sitting there. What are we doing? So, who you guys got in this golly terrible game?
I got New Orleans.
They should. They got a good defense at least, don't they?
Yeah, New Orleans.
Saints.
They're at home
3
too,
across
right?
the board. Saints favored by 7. All right, Titans at Jets.
Oh, God.
Titans.
Do the Jets
Titans
of New Jersey pick up their first win? Titans are favored by 6. Y'all pick on both. Do they cover?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. All right. Yeah, it's 3 in a row y'all are doing this to me. Let's go Titans. Well, I'll go Titans again. All right. This is the conundrum of the week. How about the Chiefs at the Eagles?
Chiefs.
1-2 versus 1-2. Kansas City favored by 6.5. Terry?
Andy Reid will not lose 3 games.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Chiefs, as long as Jalen Hurts is. I saw the Eagles' offense last week. Chiefs will probably win by 40. Cardinals at Rams. This might be the game of the week. 3-0, 3-0. Rams favored by 4 at home against Kyler Murray.
Not that far of a trip, though, for Arizona. I like them in an upset.
Arizona?
Yep.
Okay, I've got Rams. Defensive.
I don't know if I can trust Matthew Stafford. He's never won a playoff game. The quarterback is.
God, he's lighting it up though with what he's got this year.
Smaller than Keyone Pryor. I just don't know what. Rams at home. Seahawks at 49ers. Seahawks 1-2. 49ers 2-1, and San Francisco just seems to be in quarterback controversy land.
Well, their defense was their problem against Green Bay. The quarterback
30.
Yeah.
I like San Francisco.
Terry?
49ers.
Seahawks on the road for this one. For me. Ravens at Broncos. Line's even. Broncos 3-0 hosting the Ravens. Even across the board. I'm going Ravens. Before y'all get a chance to pick.
The Ravens will make the Broncos come back.
I'll put the pressure on Terry. Terry, I'll put the pressure on Bridgewater fan over there. At home, 3-0.
They won't beat the Ravens.
You won't do it?
No.
All right.
Sorry. I'm not going to go there.
Steelers at Packers, the Old Man Bowl. First one looked like Santa Claus wins. Tom, who you got?
Packers at home.
Green Bay.
Jeez. This might be 40-40. Let's go Aaron Rodgers at home. Buccaneers at the Patriots, the return of Tom Brady into New England.
Let's go Buccaneers. I like him to go in there and beat them.
Yeah, me also. Kind of hard to beat Tom Brady.
I saw a picture of Mac Jones.
I mean, Belichick would love this if they had win.
Wincing before he got hit on a throw. And if I'll pull it up, and if I show you that, you'll never pick him to win anything ever again. So Buccaneers with the victory here. And Tom Brady definitely wants to win this game. And so does Gronk, I'm sure.
Gronk's not going to play.
Is he not?
He's hurt.
Yeah, he's probably going to be
Ribs
out.
Ribs are hurt.
He did get hit pretty hard. Monday Night Football to end the picks for NFL. Raiders at Chargers. Chargers favored by 3. Big game on Monday night.
Tell you what.
This will be playoff and, Kansas City will be falling behind somebody real quick.
Chargers at home.
Oh, Lordy, Tom.
Of course, Gruden has the Raiders.
Yeah. And they play. God. Man, I'm not.
If it
what
makes
am I going to do?
The Chargers,
I'm going to take the Raiders.
The Chargers have the worst run defense in the NFL.
I'm taking the Raiders.
And the Raiders are about 20th. Chargers got a better scoring defense. They just must be getting past. Let's go Raiders. Raiders. All right, we'll finish up the show without another break here. Talk Major League Baseball. I want to start with this. I know we ain't got but a few minutes, but Major League Baseball. This is a minor league. This is a story this week about the minors. I thought y'all might be kind of interested in this. People don't get how little these guys are paid in the minors. Have you ever kind of seen any of this?
Yeah, I know they don't.
Yeah, they don't make nothing.
All right, let me read this to you and see what you guys think real quick, and then we'll talk about the playoffs and everything coming up this weekend. They raised salaries for minor leaguers 38% to 72%, whatever that means. Weekly pay, let me see if this, yeah, here we go. Weekly pay went up from $290 to $400 in rookie ball a week. They get $400 a week in rookie. AAA can get up to $700 a week.
That's it?
In AAA baseball.
Wow.
$100 a day.
Really? A substitute teacher makes that much money.
Right.
Yeah.
Large draft signing bonuses can help the players climb their way through the minors, but not everybody gets a large signing bonus, as obviously. This one guy's signing bonus was typically $400,000 in the 118th pick. Well, just 9% of players selected in his class were slotted in that amount or greater. 60% of players received signing bonuses of $100,000 or less. One of the things they're talking about is how the majors own you, control your rights, 7 years in the minors, 7 years in the majors. So technically, if they play it out, can do it for 14 years. That's what the Cardinals did to Pujols. The total cost for a team, and this is when you hear this stuff. Let's see, 5,000. This is where it gets to you, and you're like, come on, guys. The Yankees could pay for this by themselves. Okay, are you ready? The total cost for a team to pay all of its minor leaguers $50,000 a year, okay, would be $5.8 million. That's it. That's all it would cost any major league team to pay all their guys $50,000 a year. It would only cost them $5.8 million. Okay? That's $4 million more than what they're currently spending on them. So they're basically paying them what, $15,000 a year?
Nothing. Yeah.
So minor league players are making $10,000 to $20,000 somewhere around in there a year, basically. And a lot of them are talking. The stories basically talk about how a lot of them have not only one but two jobs. Some of them have three, depending on they have seasonal jobs.
Right.
I work here in the fall when I work out in Florida. Then I work two jobs in Florida during the winter, and that's what they're talking about. And it would only cost every major league team about $6 million to fully fund them $50,000 a year. Just for that. And these are the costs when you break it down. To put two guys. This is on average, of course, in these cities or whatever. Two guys in 2-bedroom apartments would be for each team $900,000. Giving each player his own would be $1.5 million. So you could go up to $7 million and give every player in your minor league organization their own apartment and pay them $50,000, and that's all it would cost.
That seems fair.
And they're not doing it. $7 million. How many players are what did Trout and them get for 40-something million a year?
Mm-hmm.
So Mike Trout could pay for 6 minor league teams his salary. And so these major league teams are giving it the screws to the minor league guys. All right, real quick, standings as we head into the end of the season. The Cardinals have clinched the playoffs. That's why I got my jersey on today, Mama Lena.
All right. Congratulations to the Cardinals. The Indians will not have a winning season.
The Guardians will not, right?
They will not. They've already lost 81 games. They will not have a winning season for the first time in a long time.
Salvador Perez could lead Major League Baseball in home runs if something drastic don't happen today anymore.
How many is he ahead?
2.
Who's he in front of? Is
the
it
guy from
Ohtani
Toronto?
too? Or
No,
the
he's
guy's
third.
gotten the third? Okay,
Yeah, he's third.
Let's see real quick. St. Louis made it to 90 wins on the season. I predicted that'd be about 84, 85, somewhere in those cities. I said they would get to the 500 mark when Yadier got back. They didn't think they would win 17 straight games. But they're in the playoffs, and what I don't like about the playoffs is Terry, and we mentioned this a little bit last week, is in the past when you made the playoffs, even if you're a wild card team, you got a series, whether it's 5 games or 3 games or something. Now you only get 1 game, so they took it away from you for those teams, and now Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's who they could be playing.
That's who they are going to be playing. They're 4 games.
Well, they could catch the Giants.
They're 2 games back of 2 to go.
Yeah.
All right, so either way, one of those is going to win 104 games, Tom and Terry, and they're going to have to play a 1-game playoff with 100 wins.
Sucks.
I don't know. I think we all agree, and we have in the past, that if the season was about 100, 120 games and they expanded the playoffs, I would much rather see baseball like the NBA with 7-game series and go that many teams. That would be so exciting to me. Every year you got, even if you wanted to keep it at 6 or 7, but those 7 get those 3 rounds of those series in baseball, I think would baseball on every day. I think that would be more popular for the sport, seeing playoff games for a month, every day, all day long. Then, hey, who's Kansas City playing? They playing Pittsburgh this week in week 150 or whatever. Game 150. So we've got a 1-shot game with the Dodgers and then a series with the Giants. Braves get the Brewers. And I don't know, Terry, how do you think the Braves, can they beat them?
Oh, yeah. The Braves are pretty good, man. I mean, we mentioned when everybody in that division, when the Mets were on top, and they just kept letting Atlanta hang around.
Mm-hmm.
Once Atlanta took the lead, that was it.
Do you guys have a favorite in the American League, you two American League fans? Tampa's in, White Sox are in, Astros are in.
Tampa beat the Yankees last night. Keep them from clinching.
With 2 games left, we still have the Mariners, the Yankees, Red Sox, and Toronto all fighting for 1 playoff
They were
spot.
talking about they could end up being a 4-way tie for that thing.
Now, do you know? Have you heard any tiebreaker scenarios where they got to play it out? Because baseball in the past have always played it out.
They're going to finish it out. I mean, I think the Yankees are first, the Red Sox are a game back, and the other 2 are 2. And I think they all could end up in a tie if the Yankees lost twice, the Red Sox went 1-1, and them other 2 went 2-0. You could end up with a 4-way tie for that last
Craziest
spot.
thing to me is in the NFL.
I just wonder who you
games.
put first against who. Who you going to play?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how they do that.
I don't know who's going to play who.
So in Major League Baseball, we'll play each other 20 times, but we don't have a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
But in the NFL, we'll play
postponed.
twice and we'll do tiebreakers.
I mean, think about it. If you end up with that, then they're going to
be
have
the one in charge of figuring that out.
Well, what's going to happen is they're going to have 2 games on Monday, and then if you win that, they're going to be 1 game on Tuesday to decide.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to play 164 games, and you could be out of it.
They need a power pole, don't they?
Yeah.
I think that's what they need. All right, guys. We're going to sign off today with song number 2 by Terry Reinhardt.
Thank you, Friendship,
NC
for
State
sponsoring that. Go see our friends at Friendship in Forest City.
Wolfpack supporters are the best in all the land. Listen to the cheerleaders, listen to the band. Look at all the fans, they're cheering on the pack. Always looking straight ahead and never looking back. Why don't you meet me in the Wolfpack Den? We'll all have lots of fun watching our team win. No doubt about it, listen close, my friend. I feel sorry for any team that comes to the Wolfpack Den.